Hey neighbors, the handyman here with Initiative Coffee Company, and today we are back starting off season two. Two, that's a two. Season two
Dose?
of In the Red. Last time on In the Red, our intrepid heroes killed a dragon. That was a big deal. They killed a red shadow-touched dragon, shade-touched dragon, which is a thing I
Not a
made up,
fairy dragon.
and they handled quickly and annoyingly swiftly. But
That's
such is
vaginas.
Well, the thing you missed, though, is it's not actually what happened last time. We figured out that Dimitri needs to help at some point in time.
That's true.
Help. Dimitri, help.
Oh right, Jackbox.
That was a good time.
That was
That
a
was
good time.
funny.
We did have a community night, I guess 2 weeks ago, and we
Wasn't too
played
bad.
some Jackbox games and had a good time with that. We might try to do some more of those periodically throughout season 2 and off weeks. We will see how they
Can
go.
be fun.
Is that the Greyhound 72? I think it's the Greyhound 72. I don't know.
It's not the 71st, that's for sure.
I like to think that he just wanted to be Greyhound, and 71 other people got there first.
You know, I'll be honest with you, it actually started out before that. It got better. Back when Xbox 360 happened and Halo 3 came out, I got what was it? I got Halo and I got Xbox Online, or Xbox Live, and what ended up happening was my brother was like, "What's a cool name?" He's like, "I like Greyhounds," and then I just started liking Greyhounds, and then the number 72 because it was like a recommended number. I was like-
Recommended number.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of lame because at the same time, like I'm looking at it going like,
Marty, you need a better
I have
origin
so
story.
many. I have so many accounts, things. Greyhound 72 is like across the
Mhm.
board, and I was like talking to my brother, like, "Oh, this has been super influential." He's like, "I didn't care." And I'm like,
as he started off with Xbox 360 and Xbox Online,
yeah,
whereas Xbox Live started with just the Xbox.
yeah.
Oh. All I know is that for like 3 years, Xbox was nothing but a Halo TV adapter.
That's all it ever is.
Well, not anymore. Halo's not around anymore.
Oh right, that's
Mercifully. Anyway, before we get into console wars here on Initiative Coffee Company's Twitch stream, we're starting off season 2. Our heroes have come close to getting enough gold to pay off their debt. Whether they choose to do that or not remains to be seen, but such is life.
true. Wait.
What's that? Are you all the way there? I don't know. You've got the master
Ooh,
list.
checking inventory.
Yeah,
What are we
'cause
doing right
had-
now? We have a lot of things we got to talk about. What?
Marty!
We had over 8,100 gold, not including the gems, before we ended last.
Mm.
At least that's-
8,100 gold, not
I think it's a
including
good-
gems.
I think it's a
Not
good thing
including
right now, though, that I'm happy with is that when I look at my Roll20 page, the in the red set column is 3 down below, and it's not been recently updated. When he said there wasn't combat, I'm really happy he's holding to it.
Well, if there is, it's going to be on the fly and probably disappointing. So, before the gems, did you guys add? Where are the gems?
Where are the gems?
Hey guys, I've been officially required to tell you guys that my new name is XX underscore Greyhound 72 star underscore XX from here on out.
Okay,
The proper Xbox handle name.
I see.
And it goes well with your MySpace.
Yeah.
Something, clone noob, something.
You know, someone's gonna get into my top. Is gonna get my fave 10 or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh,
Unless
yeah.
MySpace wants to sponsor us, then Tom, you're a cool guy.
All right,
I will start a MySpace profile if MySpace sponsors our stream. That sounds like a thing.
if they.
I
even
should have
exist.
already.
Do they exist still?
What?
Yeah,
MySpace?
there's like oddly stand-up
goodness.
comedians and like.
MySpace is huge.
Is it? I wouldn't
Yeah,
call it huge.
It's still being used as a platform. And don't forget AIM.
Oh,
you know,
AIM. No, AIM
Oh.
is gone. AIM. Rest in
Discontinued.
peace.
I'm
It's
probably
gone the way
certain
of
there's
the
yeah,
probably
I
a-
Explorer.
remember the day.
I bet there's also a capacity to have like a plugin so you can use AIM, like the old like away message, like hey.
Right?
Oh my god, away messages. I wonder what mine still says. You know, 'cause
Anyway,
you know you left an away message and never came back.
I wasn't that guy. I always signed off when I was not going to be around. So yeah.
Gosh, you would
Anyway.
be that guy.
Last time I should have.
Spit
Alright,
snow
on the other
blender,
end.
waffle boring over here.
Ooh.
Zing.
I would
Got
actively message people who did have their away messages up because I knew people would do that now.
I see. I'm looking up the gemstone pricing for you right now. Is why I'm enjoying you stalling for time. That's what's
I'll do it again. Ready?
Because I don't remember like the exact.
Well, we should. That's the whole point. It's an accounting thing.
I didn't give you the exact numbers because you hadn't like had them appraised, but I just
Oh, that's
decided
right.
that I
We
don't-
haven't. Yeah, we were
really
gonna go to Mayor
care.
Ornath. He knows the whole biz.
Yeah, the
That was gonna be a
Alexandrites.
downtime thing, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll go over that in a bit.
Yeah, no stress.
MySpace, I heard of. AIM, nope, never heard of. AOL Instant Messenger, you've never
Ooh,
heard
man.
of? All right.
It's
Maybe
an
we're just
acronym
old. We could just
with
be
an
old.
acronym in it.
We are old. It's chill.
Once upon a time, you had to buy CDs with minutes on them to access the internet.
Oh yikes!
And you had to murder
It's a big ol'
robots.
yikers for
you had to
me,
murder
no.
robots to get on while you heard their
Once
death cries.
Yeah, I was about to say dubstep originated from original dial-up. So
Did it really? I'd believe
what
it.
it sounds like.
Oh.
Guys, I got a new badge. Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah.
did. You're number one
I'm
in gifting.
so excited. I've never been this.
Well, you have the badge of first as a founder member, and then the gifter leader. So you are
Yeah.
super special.
Yeah,
Well,
as soon as you design the badge, you can have a badge, Jake.
Oh, that's right. No, we'll work on it. We'll work.
Well, I want to give it. I want to do tier 3, but the problem between tier 1 and tier 3 is no difference, except
There's
for
not.
supporting.
We'll
the
work on
cause.
ya. We can work on ya.
No,
We're working
More
on it.
emotes.
You know-
Yeah.
Nobody's
I know.
judging you for playing
But-
RuneScape. I'm sure it's a fun
But
game.
I mean,
Hey.
I don't. We
Hey,
do
Brandon,
have
I'm
other
calling-
ways that you can support us too, in terms of like, yeah, there's the bits and there's a subscription, but there's also other places you can check us out, like on our Patreon,
It's true.
where you'll actually, unless we also do it such that subs also get a thing. But I think it's the Patreon
yet,
is the
but
thing.
I feel like we probably should. The only reason is like the subs, half of that money goes to Amazon, and on Patreon
It's true.
like
Yeah.
less
It's
than
not the
$1 goes to
same.
Patreon.
Mhm.
So that's why we try to direct people that way, so we can
Yeah.
better fund the stream and our nonprofit. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to turn down money wherever the revenue streams are. So there
Yeah.
you go, a little inside baseball there into stream sense. Anyway, you guys have stuff you want to do for downtime, and I am here and prepared to help you
Discuss.
stumble through it.
Well, I got a couple questions.
Hmm.
First off, clarity.
How much are all the gems worth? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We traveled to Mayor Ornath.
No. Go ahead, Jake.
Is Jody the Goliath a female?
Oh yeah, Jordy's lumberjack.
Jordy, or whatever.
Hmm.
The one that died.
Oh no, he was a male.
Okay,
And why in our notes do we both have female?
two of us have the Goliath.
Both of
listed
us
as
have female in our notes.
There was a female dwarf with him.
I think we counted for that.
I could be wrong. I thought he was a male, but I mean, you guys are the ones that have reviewed all of the streams.
Oh, that.
It did say. Wait, who let?
No, I laughed because we tried to.
We tried to watch. We couldn't find it.
What?
Oh well, no, I found that one. And
Oh, you
he
did?
did say
Oh, okay.
he. I was just gonna let it.
We do refer to Jordy with male pronouns in the future, so I guess that's what's important.
Okay.
But at multiple points in time in my notes, I did not assign a gender to said person.
Except there was an exact point in time where both you and I
put
assigned
female.
female.
I can't help you with my thought process.
Okay, the other.
You
other
guys
question,
take better notes than I do. Are you kidding? Like, this is if your notes say that Jordy was a female, I guess Jordy was a female.
I
Well,
don't know,
because the
whatever.
reason why it's important is because you want to like
Be offensive
it's-
to Aaron.
correct. Like that was a very clear relationship. But we did very proactively use male pronouns afterwards, so that could have also been.
Sounds like
Thank
you.
you.
It sounds like you have collectively established canon that Jordy was a male. Then, if
That
you,
Jordy identified as a male,
Yeah.
but like a higher being may have at one point identified as a female, and it's
Could be.
perfect. It's perfect.
yeah.
The other question I have, which is that you're gonna be thrown off for.
Mhm.
Do we
Oh,
defeat
boy.
both the Eastern and Western bandit camps?
You have only wiped out one of the bandit camps,
That
That's
was
what we done.
Western.
the Western. Yeah. So
West.
I guess
Eastern?
like hold
Western?
on a second.
Eastern.
Let me look at the map real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can bring up the map and look. At
Oh
the
yeah,
beautiful
we
map.
can bring up the map.
I gave you guys all the map, didn't I?
Yes,
So
you did.
you have
Yeah.
dealt with the Western bandit camp for sure, right? There was an
guess so.
Eastern camp that was just kind of like north of the tower that you haven't really dealt with. But now that you've killed the dragon that was leading it, we'll see. I'll make rolls in
rolling
secret.
for civil service. That's right.
Yeah, we
Right.
have to do that too.
I'll make rolls in secret to see if you've successfully cowed the other bandit camp, but it is definitely less potent, that's for sure.
Wait, so we defeated the Western? You said?
I'm sorry, the Eastern. You defeated the Eastern, the Western is still there.
That makes sense. Okay. Geographically, I was like, oh, wait.
I'm looking
Because
at
the Eastern camp is the first one we came to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came from the east.
Oh.
Yep.
Whatever.
No.
Okay, it's giving me anxiety. What are the dots about?
Hmm?
On the far right of the map, where there's like a dot filled in, and there's those little smaller dots. What was all that about?
Hexes we visited, right?
Oh, that's just hexes we
That's-
visited.
The
It-
green
it
ones are
says-
places you have
No,
explored.
no. Like where there's like on the far right, top right, there's like
The diamonds?
like a diamonds. Yeah, what are those?
Those are where bandits were.
If you read the compass rose over there, Morty, it
Yeah.
says Bandit
Bandit
Patrol.
Bandit
Bandit
Haven,
Haven.
Monster
what?
Lair.
You know what?
I mean,
Somebody,
it would be something
somebody-
that could cause somebody anxiety.
my maps had been doodled on, and by somebody, not me. The pointing fingers here, but it wasn't me. All I know is that I can't read.
Fair enough.
Is that what you're doing with your downtime?
learning
Read
to
it, trying to read.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So the diamonds are where you have encountered bandits,
I
or
see
that
that
you
now.
have uncovered bandits.
I see that.
The colored part of the map is map that you have explored. You should note that that is a very small percentage
Yeah.
of
Do you
the whole map.
DM? Do you happen to handyman? Do you happen to have the map available and could show the audience too?
Yeah.
Probably.
If
And the other
scene's not ready,
question
it's
is,
okay.
I do have another question though. Western Desert.
Look at how little we've done. Yeah.
Oh, this is like nightmare fuel.
Oh,
It's like
God.
that's a massive nightmare fuel. It's like packed
Why?
with people showing up. It's like
It's
Oh,
fine.
wait.
I didn't set
I can-
those
I can
profiles
almost
because I
be-
didn't expect to go to that screen tonight.
All good.
Yeah. And then the little like serpent icons are shrines that either you have discovered or that the Goliath tribe
That's what
has
I
sent
thought.
you
There was
notes
one that was
for.
so far away.
Yeah.
They went far.
Mm-hmm.
We have
They were
not
really
gone
inspired
far.
by your comments.
After getting beaten in an arm wrestling contest as well.
Well, you showed your prowess over.
I'll be
stuff,
very clear here. I definitely feel like my Facebook post was pretty on point. I was like, well-timed or poorly timed arm wrestling contests.
It's true.
Really, I feel like it hit the mark there.
It was
a
either
good
the
count.
right time for one or the worst time for one. One of the two.
And not only that, to then beat them
I
aggressively.
wasn't planning on it.
With
Never
your
the
eight
plan.
Tried
strikes.
with all my might.
Oh, one more.
Mhm.
Location-wise.
Mhm.
Where's the Western Desert? Do we have an idea?
You
on
don't
this map?
know. No.
But
Well,
it exists.
Well, we were told by Anton that the Emerald Blades were defeated, or a sizable portion were defeated in the Western Desert in a campaign.
Sure. So we'll
do
go
we
back.
know, like, on the map? If we said, like, hey, on the map, do we know where that's at?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where we found the Western Desert. Called the Westerlands. Wait, what's the name of that area in between? Is it called the Westerlands? Please, how much do I need to spend to have that happen? It's like, here's the Westlands, and it's like, here's the Westerlands.
Oh my god, and the one after that is the Westest Lands.
How many bennies is that?
I'm rewriting history.
How many
Maybe.
bennies do we have?
You'll have to like start really really become notable cartographers in the realm if you want to
Start
rename already
epping-
named land masses.
Morty just shows his like drawing of the
It says
map that he made.
it's like, this is the
Westest-
Westlands. Doesn't it make more sense to be wester of the West? And then and then there's no more West, so it's the Westest. And that's gonna be my argument, and everyone's gonna go like, I guess. Like, it's gonna be like it's gonna be I made this.
I made this, yeah. That's good. No, the Western Desert is very, very west and substantially south of you.
Wait, do you mean the Westest Desert?
So what?
It's the Westest Desert on this landmass.
Yes. It's beginning.
Is it possible? Like, this is actually a question as well. For us to like have adventures in the ocean on this map, if we decide to eventually make it there.
In the ocean? Yeah, if you want. I don't know. I mean, there's
Technically
stuff
every
in the
hex.
water. I've already got it mapped out. So
Oh man.
if you want
Well,
to
'cause we
explore
could've-
the
we
water,
could've
you can
been
find a
more
boat and
the-
do that.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause we
one of
could've
the
been more
options, I'll
nautical
remind
party,
you, was
yeah.
that when you started, you could either
Could be
come in on this
anywhere.
road, come in on the river, or come in on the ocean. And
Yeah.
you chose the road. So I have
Long
things
ago.
planned in all of the
It's like
places.
each hex has got a dragon turtle just sitting there waiting to cause an
No, just 6 of
problem.
them. Just 6 of the hexes.
Uh, but whatever hex you choose, whatever way you decide to go in, it's the 6 hexes around it.
Yeah.
It's
There's-
calm waters, and then like,
No.
everything around is
Right,
just
yeah.
dragon turtles.
One of them lets you sail in so they can all surround you.
Yeah, they're all flanking in. Just you can't get out now, and then they chase
They're,
you.
they're pretty crafty, those dragon turtles.
There's apparently going to be ghost stone golems. If we run
And
into an
RV.
RVs.
it's going to be haunted.
So
And what's her face? Veruca has a imperial boyfriend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Weren't the stone giants on like motorcycles too?
Maybe.
Potentially.
I don't know.
It was great.
A lot of the community night the other day was just me dealing with y'all. So I don't know.
It was
I don't think
fantastic.
it was dealing; it was enjoying.
It's true. I did enjoy it. Anyway.
Calamity. What is it? Somebody's calamities. What?
Clamorous calamities.
It's-
Clamorous
no,
calamities.
It's Carrie's. No,
Okay.
it's Carrie's
The-
caravan.
Carrie's
and
caravan.
then it was like a name of a random place. It's like clamorous calamities.
It could be.
It was good.
Yeah. He sells apocalypses there.
Nice.
I start somewhere.
I'll buy one.
What other questions did you guys have? Jake told me that you guys had like a 4-hour review session. in
I
anticipation
did mention,
of
but I didn't
this
say
season.
anything that we did in it.
He didn't. He didn't tell me. He didn't leak to me any of the things that you have decided to come up with to bamboozle me tonight.
I don't
But
think it's bamboozling. It was a genuine effort to be like, what does one do in downtime?
that's fair.
Yeah,
This is our first downtime.
Wait, where? The what?
What?
Ooh.
What?
Can you do
Famous
that to any
horse, what have you done?
How did you do that? Stop that! You're breaking
Oh,
the law.
Yeah. So you can do that.
Criminal
when you
scum.
are- No, it's possible. It's possible. You can do that with channel point rewards. Where you
What?
can choose an emote to unlock. No, choose an emote to modify. It costs 900 points, meaning that they tuned in for about an hour.
No way! I can give him sunglasses.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, he's got sunglasses now.
True.
Nice.
Look at that! He got sunglasses.
It's a
Yeah.
pet D20 instead of a pet rock. I'm real excited.
And now I have a thinking D20.
How do I get these more channel points? They're like unfair.
You just watch. You just have to keep watching.
watching.
The only way for you to get more channel points is for me to stream more. That's the only way.
Like,
True, yeah.
You already get all of the channel points because you're on the stream all the time.
And I get it
Jake.
multiplied
True.
too.
Yep.
Oh my God! Look
Yeah,
at
if
his
you-
little nose.
Yeah, if you sub, then you get
That's
a
good.
slight multiplier on you. It's awesome. Yeah, it's a great way to celebrate. And we will
Well-
definitely be coming up with more channel point redeem rewards. So don't blow your wad right now.
Crazy.
Don't spend
You're
them all right
right.
now because
wait a
there
minute.
may
Couldn't
be
you-
really cool options in the future.
Couldn't you watch Initiative Coffee Company while they're hosting?
No.
It
No,
doesn't work like that.
no.
Yeah, no worries, Dirks. We have
What
no
you
idea
do
what the
with
channel
that?
redeems will be.
They
But
flattened it.
It is
We
fun.
might
It's
do
true.
like I might one of these upcoming weekends just put all of season 1 in queue and run all of the episodes of season 1 for folks who
that
want
would
to
be
catch
so
up.
cool.
I'll probably
Like
if
we
you
could
tune
be
in
here.
then. Yeah,
And like,
and
oh
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna like
I'm just
tell
gonna
you
leave my
all of us are
computer
gonna be here
on.
the whole time, but we
I'm-
might stop
I'm
in and
gonna-
out if you
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
leave
catch
my
up.
I'm gonna leave my computer on and then get all them channel
Yeah.
points.
All right, so
Look,
downtime activities.
He's doing another one. Hold on.
Yep. He
Is
just
that
Dude,
Christmas
he's-
lights?
message.
That's good.
Oh!
I like that. All right. Anyway, I like Christmas lights a lot, but
I don't know, the mustache one and the thinking face is a good one too. I like both.
So,
Good. Yeah.
Downtime
So
activities.
downtime
Yes.
activities.
So what was the other question, Jake? You like made a sound, which was obviously in reaction to the chat, but it sounded like you were about to say a question.
Oh, it's gone. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Oh, why is Bluebeard so mad?
Yeah,
Well,
why
we
is-
don't know
You
that
don't know.
yet.
It's
Like, that
only
literally
game.
is-
It's only game.
not for him. He's held captive.
Why he's so mad? It's only game.
You don't know. Anyway, what other? I guess this would be a good time to rehash any other questions you guys have. I don't know that I have the answer, but we can collectively come up with one because you guys take better notes than I do.
For
Well,
what?
and I figured that was also a part of the intrigue of Bluebeard's story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you why Bluebeard is mad or isn't mad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
part of what we're going to do here, but
Do we,
you'll
do
have to
we
figure it
know
out.
where Roscoe's secret
Oh, where the
resting
shed that
place
we
is?
showed
yeah,
him
his
was.
shed.
Do
we know where Roscoe's shed
it's
is?
I forgot to put that on the map. That's
Okay. We figured it
Um,
was in the generic area, but
yeah.
wasn't
So
sure if
it's
it was
like literally in the next hex over from Wind's Hollow,
Mhm. That's what I figured.
but like on
Going-
the far end. So
Going south, east, or west?
East, right?
west, going west.
West.
Yeah,
Okay.
toward the tower.
Toward the tower. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not going south towards the forest then.
Yeah, it's on the road, but it's like
Mhm.
the hex is on the road, but it's at like the southwest corner of the hex
yeah,
next to Wind's Hollow.
And when Roscoe goes, did he just like walk there?
I
Presumably,
kind of hope he just hovers. He's probably like Sanic. He's probably really fast.
He's probably like Sanic the it's not, what is it? Hold on, Sanic the guinea pig.
Oh my goodness.
Just super fast.
Sanic
He's like
the
a marsupial.
porcupine.
Super fast.
Because they're fast. Yeah, so he usually goes on foot. He does have like access to like Wins Hollow has mounts, and if he needed, he could borrow one. He's well connected enough that nobody's going to be like, no, you can't take my extra pony or whatever.
Well, we have extras too.
You also have like 11D3 ponies or
We
horses.
did
and
bring a
donkeys.
congealment.
You know, we never thought about, guys.
What?
Husbandry.
What?
You do not
What?
have enough space to do animal husbandry.
We
In
literally
town.
could buy the town.
What?
The town
Probably
is
not.
not big enough to do animal husbandry. You'd have to buy.
Not-
You'd have to like
not that.
take
Like
over
big
one of the
land.
farms, which is
Yeah.
fine. Most of them are abandoned, I guess, but it will take money to like build structures enough to start
You know
doing
what?
animal husbandry.
I'm gonna roll for civil service.
Yeah, you still have to provide the funds for the raw materials, though.
Oh, it's not like we have like almost 10 grand.
Yeah, I don't know if you
But-
want to pay off your debt or not. Like that's up to
He
y'all.
already put a hit on our lives. Why
He
would
did.
we pay him?
I don't know.
Oh,
to
it's-
get him to stop putting hits out on you.
And the other thing is, the more he puts hits on us, the more money we get from him
Oh
for
man,
free.
Well, that's
that's
true.
not how
I
this
mean-
works. But
Like you,
It kinda
here's the
is,
thing.
though.
I don't care if you're in the red for 7 seasons. It's up to you guys. Like I think.
I feel like it's just in the red, and you just keep on adding question marks at the end. It's like in the red,
like,
and then like it's like,
you know.
and then the next like still question mark, and it's
I
like
imagine at some point you will have so much money that like 11,000 gold, you just pay him as like an errand you have to do. You're like, all right, this has gone on long enough. Here you
This
go.
gem's
Leave us
worth it.
oh my
alone.
Like-
goodness.
Oh, look at that. Dirks is catching on.
Oh yeah. So I mean, for those, I mean, we see some new-ish names that are out there. So like, obviously, a lot of this downtime isn't going to make super duper sense if you haven't tuned in. But you could always tune in on the YouTube. And
That's true.
as Brian had mentioned, we're gonna go and do like a recap of just playing all the episodes, which will be super duper fun.
yeah,
But yeah, it's in the red because we owe a person a very, very large debt for a very, very unfortunate accident. But hey, it wasn't anyone's fault specifically. So-
Specifically, Eustace Clodbottom is upset with them because Spit
Yeah.
did a thing that caused a
No.
bunch of priceless
but
statues to
real
be broken.
talk though, like his name, I would be upset if I had that name too.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
true.
I'm not
Yep.
saying
Yeah,
his
but then-
name doesn't fit his temperament. I'm just saying, like, that's his name.
Yeah, but then we had gone over and found this town, Winds Hollow, which
Mhm.
was bewritten by bandits who we had murdered on the way. And then we fought a chimera pretty handily, and then we learned about this fungus
Mhm.
place and tried to kill the fungus, and people died. And yeah, and we saw this tower, and there was a dragon there. And along the way, we played a neat little prank, which we're really proud of. And then we met this fairy dragon named Clamor. And then we left Kib there to play a prank on people. And yeah, we're here.
And that took 16 episodes.
Oh, man.
4 of which were just us effing around and trying to be more prepared for the dragon.
Those are the best
And then,
4 episodes.
and then the dragon gets one tapped by a arrow and a dust of dryness and pretty
Right.
much dies.
It was bad. It was good, but it was
It was bad for you.
swift. It was swift. That's what I'll say. Anyway. Any other questions that like you need clarification because your characters have already figured out the information but you were unclear?
I mean, there's always more questions, but I just feel like I never have time.
How does a character find something out before the player? Hold on.
Like the gender of a lumberjack, for instance.
Oh.
Like those kinds of things.
Gotcha.
I will
was
not.
like,
I
what
can.
kind of meta is that?
That was a solid 10 minutes of conversation of figuring
was,
out,
yeah.
like going back to the YouTubes and like going through both the consulting their notes were wrong.
Potentially a lumberjill.
Oh,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
is it Derek? Derek's 48?
Dirks.
Yerks.
Our debt is to a priest.
He said just kidding after a big
Yeah.
LOL. So
Oh,
I'm assuming.
He knows.
He just pulled a big lull on you,
He either knows or
Got
he'll watch
him.
the stream, and it'll be fun.
dude. It's
What?
like that emote. It's like the guy from CSI Miami. He's like and, like puts on the glasses or he takes off the glasses. That's my D20.
There we go.
Your brain works in strange ways, Jake.
Yep.
Anyway,
We've only known each other for what 4 years
4
now,
years. Yeah,
and that's
Alright.
that's the first time I think
Um,
you've ever told me that.
that's fine.
so we have a lot of money, apparently.
You have, I mean, you
Oh, we-
have money. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
A
We didn't
lot
call
is
it
a relative
lot.
term
Yeah,
in D&D
it's-
terms.
Because he just talked about a possible future where just sort of like, nah, 11K. I can only imagine. But yeah, let's go figure out how much these gems are worth.
Where would you like to do that?
I
thought
mean,
we
Mayor
did get-
Ornat's the one that knows, right?
I thought we got him valued at the
At the merchant?
Oh, I guess
merchant.
he did value them. Yeah. So the pearls are worth 50 gold apiece, and I gotta find them. The moonstones are also worth 50 gold apiece, and the alexandrites are worth 500 gold apiece. And then, how did you guys divvy up the magic items?
I got gauntlets.
He has gloves.
Because the
Yeah,
gauntlets
he
of
has
overpower.
gloves.
Dimitri,
picking
you
up
have the
rocks.
Ring of Featherfall, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And I think the Pearl of Power.
And the Pearl of Power.
Yeah, I took a Pearl of Power because apparently everybody else already had a Pearl of Power.
Okay.
So
And then the
And I
Gem
took-
of Seeing and the Gloves of Thievery. I don't think the Gem of Seeing requires attunement, so it's just kind of like you use it when you need it. And then the Gloves
We
of
tried making
Thievery
a kaleidoscope.
too, but- yeah. You could probably do that with it. I don't know.
so if my math is right, the gems that we got from that was another 1,700. We had a bag of gems earlier from the guys that had a hit on us that was worth 1,300.
Yeah.
So that's another 3,000 on top of our 8,000 we already had. So we have just over
That seems right-ish. Yeah.
11,000.
We made it. We
And
made
now
it, boys. Game's over. We win.
The question is, do you want to pay off that debt and dump all your gold, or do you?
My question is, do we even know where to go?
Gold home.
But
Oh,
he
where to
needs
go
to
to
pay off
pay
the
it
debt.
off.
Uh, So the place that you destroyed a tower, or not a tower, destroyed some statues, is in the mountains, kind of between Sabin's Folly and Unter. You kind of like made your way to the Empire and then made your way back
Yeah.
to this region. So I will, before the next session, I will update your map to show you where you can turn in that gold should you wish to do so. But again, if
A
you
lot of
don't
gold
want to do
transport,
that,
actually.
what's that?
Like, we don't have smaller gem sizes. Like, I know there's like so much that they can gem out to like make
Yeah.
it like here's 11,000.
Yeah, like
It's
based on what he has. Yeah.
we are literally a target to get stolen from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we are actually just a dragon horde.
Yeah.
And then some.
Small one. Yeah.
But we left a lot of it back at the Dragon's
true.
Fort.
Well, that's part of it.
But wait, so we got to go all the way. So we got to go past Bell, through all those fields, into the
Which we won't be going on the road for because we're F that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If something
That's
is
a
that
choice.
big where people are like, yeah, we're not going near that thing.
That's the choice.
We could totally go in the ocean after we go to Goldholm.
Gold sinks.
You hear the dragon turtle thing?
Gold sinks
No.
in water.
Haven't heard of it.
I'm not very buoyant.
Good way of putting it.
All right, so we know how much those are. We have our gold. We have our lovely business that's keeping itself going.
Yep.
Did you want to
I-
spend any money upgrading that lovely business?
Ooh, we got upgrades! Oh, no, tell us, please, please, please.
What?
Upgrades. What kind of upgrades can we do?
What kind of upgrades do you want to do?
What
So,
can we
from what-
do?
That's what he literally, you can't just do that.
So-
That's not how improv works.
So you
Not
you
sure.
He
guys
brought
basically
back a whole
so
bunch of
you guys let the money ride from the restaurant, from the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you have a fairly like steady supply of like generic meat, like wolf and elk and
Perfect.
occasional bear. All the exotic stuff you're gonna have to like go after yourself, right? So they're not gonna like these hunters you have hired are not gonna like traverse the land searching to hunt down chimera for you. They're gonna stick around and kill elks and deer and wolves and the occasional bear. So that is what you have so far. I don't know to what degree you want to like expand upon that. You haven't really opened up. So it is safer to use the trade route now because the dragon is eliminated and like the head of that bandit group has been dealt with. But the specter of the dragon is still there because Kiv is posing as it, right?
Yeah.
So because of your guys' intentions, and that was largely to keep like whatever the dragon's superiors are at bay, the trade route is not as open as it would be if that dragon were, if its like essence were dealt with. Right?
Sure.
Like its body being like constantly gently reposed is causing that like shade corruption to stay in the region, and that is the reason you were keeping it around, is so that shade, that like corruption doesn't go away and alert its superior that it's been dealt with, right?
Sure.
So like you'll have more trade coming in, but not as much as you would if it was like a purified region.
Yeah.
You have established essentially a stronghold here, where you can come back and you can do research here. You're kind of limited in terms of what kind of research you can do by the amenities of the town, right? So you have an alchemist on staff, like an alchemist herbalist, not on staff, but in town.
Yeah.
You have a furniture maker in town, and you have a pretty knowledgeable Emerald Blade in town that is not like fighting fit anymore. He's probably in his 60s.
Yeah.
But he's knowledgeable about kind of the region as it was, right? Yeah. So like he knows where all the stuff was after your map was made, but before the region was sacked. So keep in mind that like your map is not even a map of the region as it was when it was sacked. Your map is a map of the region 20 years before that. So he has a little bit of insight into like where caches of stuff might be, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In addition, you have Ornath, who is pretty skilled at like decorative leather work, but not like necessarily functional leather work, right? Like he's very much artisanal and not like, you should think of the stuff he makes as like stage ready but not battle ready, right? Like it would be good for like showing off, but it would just be regular like leather armor, right?
And his brother is also important.
His brother is a captain in what remains of the Emerald Blades in the Shattered Coast.
Oh, that is totally not what I wrote down. But that's different.
Ornath?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his brother is a ship captain in the Shattered Coast, which is an island continent south of the continent you're currently on.
Wasn't there also a blacksmith in town?
Yeah, so Siegfried is in town. But I would hesitate to call him a blacksmith and instead call him a farrier, right? Like he makes tools and like household items. He does not make weapons and armor.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to like, so the more you invest in this town, the more you're going to attract
I was going
more
to
skilled
say...
NPCs, right? So like,
Yep.
if that means getting rid of the dragon bodies, so like the whole town becomes less corrupt, that's one thing you can do to like bring new people into town. If that means investing in your business That's one thing you can do. If that
Or
means
investing
like
in the town.
investing in the town and like like spending gold to fortify the town and make it more protected. If you want to hire guards to patrol the road, right? Like those are all things that are possible that you can do that will grow the town organically over time. But like this is kind of because like it is now a stronghold. This is the first kind of step, the first time you've been able to really do those things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, before we get into the next series of adventures, right, where you guys head off and look for more gold, you have about you can take as much time as you want, but my anticipation was 2 to 3 weeks of downtime that you can spend kind of making those kinds of choices. If you want to spend money to fortify things, spend money to grow your business, spend time learning crafts and skills, research, those kinds of things, that's something you can do.
All right. So
I'm definitely interested in upgrading a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about our plans for upgrading? Do we want to talk about our plans for our group plan that we had?
Sure, but I think like let's take stock of what it is that we have done and like what's in motion right now, and like evaluate if there are options from there. So like for example, for the business, we brought back all that nice furniture from the tower and the barns that we had passed by, and I imagine a lot of it was in our place, but we're more of a grab and go place. So I would have expected us to forge really good relationships with Marcy and Gerald and with Aaron for anything that may have been in excess or completely unnecessary for us that could have potentially upgraded their skill.
I will say also you're using about probably less than 20% of the building you own for the business. Like you could very easily outfit the upstairs as an inn if you wanted. It would cost money, obviously, but fortunately you have the best furniture maker in the region in town, right? So those are the benefits, right? Like you don't have a carpenter that can make you weapons or a blacksmith that can make you weapons,
right?
But you do have the top furniture maker who basically made this town relevant when this region was relevant. And you're on her good side if you want to outfit the attic with beds and dressers and whatever.
Go ahead, Dimitri.
Is there another inn in town already, or
Macy's is in town? It's a 5-room inn.
Okay.
But it like already Macy's is overcrowded, right? Like,
okay.
Because
the trade route side
because the trade route's open, so there isn't an issue of like alienating Macy because you're stealing her business. Because like already there are people like camping outside of town, or like staying in their wagons outside of town because there's literally not enough room at the inn, right?
We should totally do that.
We should definitely do that. Yeah. So we'll be chatting with Baron and Veruca and making sure that they are cool with expanding from just being a grab and go place to being sort of a safe haven for people to be able to take a rest if they need to. But we also need to make sure that, that Baron and Veruca are safe, because we know what happened to Baron. Right. We want to make sure.
So part of that money that you let ride he also hired guards. Right, so he hired.
Oh wow!
Right, I mean it was 80 or 90 gold, right? So that's quite a bit of money.
That's true,
when you think about like skilled labor being 50, like 5 silver a day, right?
Yeah.
So the hunters and like that pretty much taps out that 90 gold for the next couple of months, but like presumably the sandwich shop is making enough money to like cover the costs of labor.
Itself.
Yeah.
Good. I'm thinking so that's actually really cool. So yeah, if we can invest in like outfitting more of the area,
and that 90 gold was just what the business had.
That's
like,
that's what he made selling those sandwiches.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and like we could even put in more money if we
Mhm.
wanted to, because we were just kind of the business would
Letting
run
it run.
itself.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so, I know if we can get the inn up faster, having people pay for rooms and such would actually turn a profit fairly quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a busy time, right? Like, in off seasons, the in part will make less money, right?
Yep.
But, like, currently it's a busy time, so.
Once it's established, it's like what's the running cost of running rooms? It's like
Right.
making sure they're safe. But
Right.
like if people are not using them, it's like well until they get
You
used.
Yeah.
you hire
It's status quo for what we have right now,
Yeah.
essentially. So yeah, let's that definitely is a need. Given that like we're using so little space, how is everyone else and their working space? Like, does Roscoe, is he overcrowded with all of his stuff? Is Aaron overcrowded? Like, could Aaron take advantage of more space for working, or Siegfried for storing stuff or working on stuff? How are they in terms of their working
Are you
spaces?
making a rent? Are we renting out our place now?
Maybe.
To try and become a
Maybe
I just wanted to
maybe
make
not
sure.
Maybe
So-
not rent. I mean, it's real estate.
So they don't have any need for, like, rental. Like, and honestly, like, making your place into a tavern is probably going to take up most of or an inn is going to take up most of the rest of it, right? You're using less than 20% for a sandwich shop. But,
Cool.
like, when you want it depends on how many rooms you want to add, but to put four private rooms
yeah.
and a big, like, group room, it's going
Yeah,
to take up the
that's a good
rest
point.
of the building, you know.
I think that's a good idea. The only other thing that I can think of is there a school or a place of education in the area?
There's not a lot of kids in town either, though,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
There's a few children that are kind of like taught
Trades.
their letters by their parents, and then they're
Yeah.
taught trades. But most of the kids are like part of farming families.
Okay.
Is there a library or like a
Ornath.
a book
Ornath.
repository?
Not really. No, I mean Ornath has a couple of books. He has probably quite a few books, but they're like his personal books, right? And it's a lot of like histories and like charters and just kind of pretty dry stuff. There's not like a library in town. Like if you wanted to start like collecting books and make a library, that's something that again you could do, and would potentially like draw attention to this town, but it might also draw negative attention to this like people want knowledge and they're not always good people. So
I was kind of thinking of like those book drops, you know, like you see on
like the front yard
like take a
libraries
book,
or
leave
whatever.
it back.
like
yeah.
take a book, leave a book, but even just having like inside of our sandwich shop in the downstairs area where we will have
Oh, like a little shelf.
like the eating area, like at least one of the walls has a bookshelf, and like
Mm-hmm.
as we've discovered books or as people find and bring books, we can start stocking up that shelf to start bringing in knowledge and information and things of that nature too.
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely something you could do. I will have to start adding books to treasure hoards, but that's fine. If that's something you want, I don't have any issue.
Yeah, that's really cute. I like that. And there could even be like a little signature book where people can like write their own little stories and everything. That could be hint a little Patreon reward. So in case you want to leave a little story inside the campaign. Yeah, I really like that. It makes it a really homey and cozy place. And again, we could work really well with Gerald and Aaron and all that, and taking advantage of that stuff.
Okay.
And I know 2 to 3 weeks is not much time, but I know like as we discussed earlier, I have like this small set of carpenter's tools. And what I would like to do during some of this downtime is actually work with Aaron to get more proficient at the skill of carpentry. So
Sure. So learning a new skill is 280 downtime days,
right.
and you have half of it. So it
Yes.
drops it to 140 downtime days to finish the skill.
He's 10% of the way there.
You have the weeks are 10 days, so you can get 30 more days, but you have to keep track of that because again, I don't take notes. So
That's not that bad.
you've got 110 days left of downtime, but that's all you can do in this downtime.
Oh, that's all I could do.
Yeah, like you have to spend it's 280 solid days of learning to learn a skill. So,
I'll do like half. I'll do like half.
So 15.
I do want to learn how to better heal, but that's a conversation we gotta have elsewhere, I think.
What?
Like remember I was talking about I would like to maybe see if I can increase my healer's kit.
Oh, right.
There's also the talking about with Roscoe and his research of the regenerative organ of the Chimera.
Mm-hmm. How much would it cost to hire guards? I guess I'm thinking you said it's a stronghold to patrol the routes that we've already cleared.
It would be probably 250 gold. And that would be like a one-time cost, right? So those guards would largely patrol that road. I won't say that it will like prevent all crime on that road, but it will make it considered a safe road to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. How is the wall going that are being built by the prisoners that hopefully dissociated from Bluebeard?
So it's going pretty well. The wall is up around kind of like 1.5 sides of the town. Really, they've only been at it for, I guess, by the end of the downtime. If you don't have them do other things, they can be done with about half of the wall. Because it's been about a month since I started, and it's not a big town, but building like a fortification wall is kind of a big job. So.
And I mean, I know they're doing it as prisoners, but are they?
They seem
having
to be
an okay time. Are they gelling with the people in the town? Is they're like, oh, it's the wall people. Hey, wall people.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Ooh.
Do you have best persuasion?
Well, he's the one that asked for it, so he's rolling it either way.
Nice, 18.
Yeah, it seems to be going pretty well. You have kind of like introduced them as like the new civil service corps in town, and the townspeople are pretty excited about it, right? Like, it's been a while. Like the Emerald Blades were the last folks that were in charge of like policing and like maintaining the town, and they've been gone for over a decade, right? So, it's like a lot of the old timers in town are excited to see like a new group of people kind of taking point on just maintaining the civil structures of the village.
Wow. I want to take a quick step back. Veruca, she came from the Empire, knows businessy things, and came from culinary, yeah?
She came from business. She came from not... She
used to be a chef, though,
Oh,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. She used to be a chef in the Empire, yeah.
And, like, she didn't... From what I recall, she was kind of burnt out by how, like, fast and furious the Empire was, or maybe potentially how unfair the practices were within the Empire. And was looking forward to sort of a slower pace type thing, like helping Baron out with the sandwich shop. But if I recall, Veruca was more of a soft spoken character, right? Not like a okay.
Yeah.
So now my question is, yes, I know we have our civil servants going through working on this wall. What would it cost us to, let's say, hire some additional folks to help them finish the wall?
To get the wall done by the time you get back from the next place you go, assuming it's like more than a week or two, like 50 gold probably, because it's not particularly skilled labor, right? Like the guards on the road is expensive because like it's hazard pay, right? Like
they have to fight.
They have to fight, and they need to have skills. Building a wall under supervision is pretty unskilled. It's like move this log over there, dig a hole, that kind of stuff. So probably 50 gold would get the wall built by the time you got back. If you go to Goldholm next,
right.
It would be built by the time you get back from Goldholm.
That sounds something important to us. I mean, like,
Yes.
how much? Okay, so my question is, Civilization 3 person here. When you build walls in the city and the city keeps growing, like, are we talking? How much growth can this facilitate? These walls?
So the way that it's being built right now, this would be like the inner city core, and like buildings would go up around the wall if more growth came in, and then presumably like more walls would be built
A new wall. Yeah.
outside of and that will that has kind of a couple of effects, right? One, it's a more defensible city at the core because people have to get through several walls to get there.
Hard to get out.
What's that?
It's also harder to get out.
It's also harder to get out. Two, it may create some kind of like tension between like the inner wall city and like the new people that come around. Like that's just kind of
It
how
will literally
neighborhoods work.
A natural
kibosh that.
separation.
As soon as that happens, we're kicking the walls down. Like,
No, you relocate.
I was gonna
walls.
we will
You can
move
also
the wall.
move the walls. Like you can
Yeah.
dig them up and move them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but I mean, it's the same thing. It's like you're
Yeah.
kiboshing the
Right.
walls, and then we make other
Yeah.
walls in.
Yeah.
But right now, just having a more fortified city would be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It would.
So
be
you want to do the
a-
walls too? I'm keeping a running tally of the money you're spending.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, we can.
aiding with quickening the walls, so that we can, have the guys do like mailman and trash pickup and stuff.
In reality, we're creating a safer place for people to come to.
Or they
Which is a
can they
bigger
could
attraction.
become like the part of the hired guard too, so that they are back to fruitful work and whatnot, sort of semi in their old line of business. We could ask them what they want to do after they build walls. Maybe they really like wall building.
Question.
Maybe they really like wall building. Maybe they just want to be
Or
part
they
of the
like-
parks department. Who knows?
Yeah, or like they enjoyed working with like large amounts of wood and potentially get more large amounts of wood.
Oh, you mean
Quite-
lumberjacking?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
We'll
Question
see what they
about:
like.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can invest in other businesses?
How so? What do you want to do?
Let's say we want to. I'm gonna, for instance, this one. I'm not saying I wanted it, but like, let's say, like, hey, Gerald Macy, like, we want them to build more on their own inn. I mean, we want our stuff, but like, is there any way to like, hey, the alchemy or like the Roscoe, like, how can we like help him
Get
build
you
his product
assistants.
stuff, get him an assistant, or get like make it so he becomes a little more stuff, so it improves his thing, and like in turn makes our alchemic like capacity of gathering stuff like more like
Or
that.
the
That's the kind of
efficacy of
improvement. Like,
stuff.
can we?
Sure.
I'm gonna say, I guess I don't want to say we're taking over the town, but like stuff that helps us get
We're
our
saying thank
recesses
you.
easier.
Mhm. Yeah, so I guess the way that would work, like to bring in like new skills, you kind of have to wait for people who have them, right?
Yeah.
So like people will be coming in and out, and like you can give me a list of like who you want to stick around when they come in and out, and I will like
Ooh, like
keep
Animal
track.
Crossing.
Elise is the only one that plays Animal Crossing on our Switch because you can't play more than one Animal Crossing island on the one Switch.
It's true.
You can like tell me what kinds of tradespeople you want, and I can kind of keep track of that and like.
I
decide
definitely
if
think
they're
a
there or not.
blacksmith, like a proficient blacksmith.
Mhm.
I hate,
But we
I
don't want to
hate-
make Siegfried feel bad.
Well, we wouldn't call him. Siegfried would be not a. I mean, I'm talking like an armorer, I guess, more than anything else.
Yeah.
An armorer and weaponsmith.
I mean, I can keep an eye out for that. Also, like there are other regions where like
I was gonna say we're trapped.
there are pretty skilled armorers, right? You just haven't gone
Maybe
more
Oh,
than
yeah.
roles outside of town.
We
so.
haven't left our quaint little.
Yeah.
our quaint little-
Remember
Well,
how
there's been
small
things-
that
I
green
l-
section of the map was?
It's
Like,
pretty
Hey,
small.
hey, but I like it here.
We had lots of things.
What
to
is Cloudbottom
do.
gonna do? Send more people at us? That would just make us
Potentially.
richer.
yeah.
We would.
Or deader, one of the two.
Yeah.
But no, I mean you can invest in like if you want.
I think also like someone that can do magic, some sort of either
Okay.
enchanting or maybe someone that's a little more proficient with reading books. That would be very nice.
Yeah, so you guys come up with a list of like
Yeah.
4
People.
tradespeople that you want, and then I will keep track of that and like adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Well,
And I'm not saying like you'll get all of them
right.
soon, but like
Eventually.
I'll probably tie it to like narrative checkpoints.
Yeah.
But
Cool. So we answered the question of what's going on with the civil servant bandits. How is Roscoe's? I asked about the Roscoe's kind of investigation of the fungus, the resin, and the fungus and resin as one thing that we set him on, and then the regenerative organs, which was what he was requesting when we originally went to the Chimera.
Sure. So the regenerative organs have posed like he has done some research and been able to like isolate the regenerative properties and come up with a few potions, right? That presumably he will sell at great profit. Like it's not like he knows how to do it now, but like unless he has the materials to do it, like this is kind of a one-off thing, right? Like he's got a couple of potions of regeneration now that are available, but are expensive.
Reasonably so.
Like, but that's where he's at now. Like, if something else with regenerative properties shows up, he can use presumably whatever gland it is that is regenerative and make additional regeneration potions. But that's kind of where he's at with that. In terms of the fungus and resin, it is a powder keg. Like, it's not predictable. It's dangerous. He kind of spent a week or so really just focused on it, trying to make as much sense of it as he could. And frankly, his conclusion is it's dangerous and it should be dealt with. Like,
Dang.
he says someone might be able to make something useful out of this, but ethically I can't. I don't have the know-how, or frankly, it's reckless to use.
Just really quick, when you say it's a powder keg, you're meaning that in a figurative sense, and that it's like such a dangerous thing to tamper with, as opposed to it is a powder keg.
It is also very flammable, but that is what makes it very dangerous to deal with. Like, yeah.
So go ahead, Dimitri.
Can Siegfried make pipes, tubes, metal tubes?
God, are you making
he doesn't have casts for lead pipes to make explosives out of, but he
Not explosives. They'll be open at one end.
Oh, okay, firearms out of. He can make the casts, but he doesn't have them currently. So again, that's if you want him to make those, it'll cost you some gold, and he will make them while you're on your way to Goldhome, and when you get back, they will be made. Pending my behind the scenes rolling to see if he can manage to make them. He will make you pipes. Whether or not they are functional for what you want them to do and safe is a whole other question. But he will make you tubes with stoppers on one end.
And how much would that cost?
That will be, because you're inventing a new weapon type, that will be 500 gold.
Oh, geez.
Dude, this guy is taking you behind the shed, buddy.
I mean, here's what we can do. It will be, so he'll make a roll, and the success rate of his roll will be dependent on how much gold you spend. So 500 gold.
I like that a lot better.
And how
500 gold will make it pretty. This is not something you'll be able to spend bennies on, because this is a roll I'm making.
Makes sense. Yeah.
500 gold will be a pretty safe bet that he can make these pipes.
I like these rolls better.
A minimum of 200 gold, but they will be very dangerous. Presumably,
it's like just having literally like a shrapnel grenade just going
Yeah,
off next to
right.
you.
Because I'm also thinking of, because yes, it is down the path of a firearm, because archer, ranger,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're doing.
at least in Final Fantasy, I was a gun ranger, so you know.
That's that's a thing that you can do.
It's a trope.
And but for 500 gold, I guess we can also. I'm gonna write it down for now.
But we've got to decide if it's something we're going to do.
Like I said,
I
it's
guess
a
you'll
minimum
noodle
of
on it.
200 gold, but that makes his check pretty challenging.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is not the kind of thing that he is willing to test, right? Like this is the
Right.
thing that will either
Just give it
succeed
to
or
you.
fail in your hands.
Yes.
Uh,
Understandable. Very understandable. Unless we find so if another blacksmith comes into town, would that increase the chance for those things, or would I have to
for
start over
those
again?
things, no, because this is a new weapon
It's a
type
new-
that
it's
does
something
not
that
exist
nobody-
in the setting.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're basically he's inventing something.
You're a
rather than
pioneer.
crafting something.
Hear me out. The Wester and Westerist lands. This
It's-
is 'cause you. This is you.
I thought it was West, Wester, and Westist, not Westerist. That sounds ridiculous.
Ooh.
Bobby.
I don't remember it being your game now, buddy.
Oh, goodness.
I also have to ask my fellow cohorts. We are about to go to a place called Goldholm, of all
Yeah.
places.
Mhm.
It's probably laden with copper.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think like transmutation or whatever, like where I can just like silver. It's copper. Not anymore.
If only, right? Cool.
I
So I
think
mean,
you
I'd
should
be
do it.
game for doing. I think if it's a direction that you want to go.
I don't want your memes to be dreams. I think you should
Oh,
just
wow.
do it.
Just remember, the cream always rises to the top, brother.
You can't go about trying to start a whole new world order.
Wow, that is old wrestling.
It is old wrestling, and I'm
references.
really
there.
excited about it.
Yo.
Why not?
About to get me to the boiling point.
Wow.
Why not? Let's.
So you can
'cause
spend 200, 300, 400, or 500 gold.
Let's do 500.
500 to Beck.
I'll take. What is a gun for 500, Alex?
No. The category is a statement. The answer is a question.
Right.
Ah.
Things that go boom, but hopefully not in my hands for 500.
Well, it's because since we have the resin, because my reasoning behind it was like we don't have gunpowder because gunpowder probably, or does it exist in this?
There are
have this-
bombs and there is explosive powder, not in this region. So the big discovery, the reason that like people have gone to like explore the glass shores is because they found reserves of explosive powder on the glass shores.
Ah, okay. But this resin that we have is very flammable,
It is
And
highly
as you-
flammable. Yeah.
and as you said, powder kegish.
Do we ever get an understanding of how those fire bombs work and what an igniting switch is?
The fire bombs are just a combination of dragon blood and dragon spit.
Mhm.
Well, I
And
mean,
they
I thought
are
it was like the
corked, and when
Yeah.
they're exposed to air, they ignite.
They ignite.
don't we now just have an explosive right there? Couldn't you just use many versions of those?
You would have to like find a glass blower to create smaller, like
Damn, it's a different character.
vials
Well,
are very easy to come by. Like vials and
Well-
like potion bottles are pretty easy to come by. Like pellets that you could use as an explosive device to fire a weapon.
no,
not so easy.
you're misleading. I'm talking about grenade launcher versus a bullet.
Still, I mean,
Thunk.
Yeah,
I mean, either way, you'd still have to find someone skilled enough to make a vessel to contain it.
it's a 500. It's 500 gold right now to just get the initial pipe to start this experiment.
The
It'll have
casting
a
for the
nice
pipe or the
handle.
pipe?
Yeah, and a nice handle.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also trying to become more proficient with, woodworking.
Right.
Is it the
And
Is it like the
Aaron can,
mold for the
like,
pipe, or is it
yeah.
just like,
It's
or
both.
is it like
So
just
he will
okay?
create
So
the mold
the
for the
shtick.
pipe and
so if
make a
one
pipe for
messes
him.
up, he could like go back and it's much cheaper because he's already built the casting for it.
Right.
Okay, I'm down for
And
that.
like
500
it could
gold
be
to
something that
spend
he
it.
and Aaron can work together on to make like nice fancy handles on ya.
I think you should send it.
Yep, 500 gold. We're gonna do
Easiest.
it.
Okay.
Would it get better with 550 gold?
No, it caps out at 500 gold.
Oh,
All right,
Can
well,
I
that's-
find some mother effer out here that can read my damn book?
No.
no,
Surprisingly.
there was no one in this town. You literally went around
So-
town one episode going, "Can you read this?"
Well,
So-
I'm thinking
so
like,
Jake-
do any merchants
Can you
come
read
in
this?
Jake,
during
here's
that
what I will
3-week
tell
period?
you. You can read the entry about Clamor.
Like suddenly able to?
Like, since you made a tribute at his shrine, you have a very clear understanding of the entry about Clamor.
That's
What does it say?
neat.
It talks about him being a Fey dragon that's highly focused on mischief. It's all stuff you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
highly focused on mischief.
But I previously was unable to.
Right. Like, it is very clear that, like, making an offering at his shrine gave you knowledge.
Ooh.
Being in the presence of the shrine gave you, like, a notion of how to make an offering, and then making the offering gave you the knowledge of that entry.
Neat.
So you should see that as, like, the more shrines you visit, the more proficient you'll be with the language.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, right. That throws a monkey wrench in our
Hey,
Hey
plan.
guys, we might be doing
know.
some detours.
Well,
Well,
when the Goliaths keep finding things, it's what's
Well,
good.
I mean,
there's
I
one
still have
just
to go,
right
though.
north of us.
I know.
So
So Dimitri, you're now like you've delegated the whole making that component of what you want. Was there other stuff you wanted to spend time on, or do you just want to dedicate more of it to your woodworking?
I'm trying to figure out, because if like my experimentation with the resin plus little explosive shells would be a good idea without the gun part, to try and figure out how
Without a way to direct that fury.
without a rate. So I guess since well, no, I do have an idea for what I could also be working on
Mhm.
while in those other days of downtime as well.
Okay.
Because didn't we have a plan that we were wanting to work on together?
Which one?
You might, and that's a very interesting concept. And let's get back to that after we take a
After
short
the break.
5-minute break.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll do some more downtime. I promise, like, next episode will be less downtime, probably.
This is the
um,
best.
But
It'll be travel.
No, this is
It'll
important.
be travel
I think,
instead, yeah.
well, I mean, just to like viewers and like, this is like, I know this is not the informational DM session that you can watch on YouTube. Do that, but this is important stuff. If you're
Yep.
if you're intending to run a campaign, this is important. It helps
Yeah.
build character and
Yep.
guns and stuff.
And stuff. And now we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back at 8:48-ish. Or before. We'll see. See you soon. And we're back. We have commissioned some folks to make pipes for guns, and we have commissioned some folks to guard the road to the to Rainwall, and we have commissioned some folks to help build the palisades around the town. That is what we have done so far today, at the cost of 800 gold. What other things do you guys want to do in the 3 or so weeks that you have? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you are. That's weird. Oh, when I turn down desktop audio, I turned it down for all of my scenes, not just the current one. That's a bummer.
Oh, we're
You
all
should be good
muted.
now.
Apparently, we're all muted. So
Yep,
I
it's all
appreciate.
good. He's fixed it.
You know what, Brian? I get it. You just wanted to talk without us. You wanted to do improv.
I just wanted to talk to Slayer Links all by myself.
That's all you wanted to do.
It's like,
For the tips,
let's have
man.
a conversation. Okay, well, I'm over here. You know.
Um,
Hey guys, I'm in a tower.
So the idea of Bluebeard and his anger. I mean, he's innately a bad, angry person,
Mhm.
but would spending any extra time like studying it garner anything, or have I garnered everything that I could thus far? I mean, I understand that it's clearly some other much more powerful. I am so sorry. She's losing her marbles over there.
It's
Sorry.
fine.
But didn't know if it was like, is that something I can research, or is it just like, hey, that's like you've gotten what you've gotten out of it so far?
I mean, you've gotten what you've gotten out of it so far. I mean, like sitting down there and observing him. I mean,
We're just gonna be watching a dude
tough.
walk around a cell.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there are other ways you could try to investigate what's going on there, but like, you don't really have a ton of clues on like beyond.
Eustace.
You know.
I guess at that point, how far is that shrine north of us? It's like a day. I think that's
Oh,
where it
the one
is.
that's like right next to you, or
Yeah.
right
The
next to
one
Moon
just
Hollow?
north of you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about a day away.
I think that'd
And
be
if
kind
it's
of
on
of
the
interest
way.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, to go up, take a day, see if y'all want to join us while Dimitri is whittling away at some wood for a little bit.
I have half my downtime days to go adventuring.
So I think that, and maybe even to Aura.
Aura.
I mean, maybe. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, I'm doing it for selfish reasons because I can read now, and holy crap, does it feel so good?
You can read a portion of it.
I can read a portion of my book, and I probably look like a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, look, let me read it to you again.
I feel like my duty is to also be there to help protect you as you learn to read your book.
I think it's like learn to read ... my book. It's like Dimitri.
Dimitri. I'll just.
But like, I mean, I see it as my main things are gonna be like spending time around town, helping people out, consoling people, like make people feel good. But like, otherwise, it's gonna be spent like downtime wise. Do we need to spend actual days in the tavern, or is this more like our time right now?
It's largely so. To like
'Cause that
get,
will influence my decisions.
to like get the inn going. If you're gonna do the work yourself, it will cost you less, right? If you're gonna hire basically a project manager to deal with it, it's gonna be like 50 gold more, right? But that will give
What are
you
your
those
guys' thoughts
downtime
more?
days. What's
Is
that?
it worth just? I mean, I'm asking. Do you guys think it's just worth just to hire someone so we have more time in town to do other things?
I think actually hiring the people would encourage more folks to start arriving in town because they're like, oh, these crazy adventurers are
Then
just
yeah,
throwing money
then
at
we'll
merchants."
hire people then, because
Unless Spit-
unless Spit,
I'm
Let's
in
Spitz,
support.
Spitz reserving
I would-
his comments.
No, I would be an awful project manager. I mean, just let's face it.
Well, what's everybody's intelligence score right now?
No.
Trevor, you're getting if you know what? I figured it out. If you sub, you should get a character name.
No, that's a pretty big $5.
What, to be an NPC? And you know us and our NPC names. We have a bunch of them,
Yeah, okay.
and we
But, I
keep
mean-
referencing them. Your name, it might go from what's his face, Carl. Oh, yikes.
No, there's Larry Moe and Curly, which
Yeah,
are
Larry Moe and
guards
Curly.
for
It could be Larry
Carrie's
Moe and
caravan.
Trevward.
And then there's
Yeah.
Frankie, who was also
So yeah, I'm supportive of us hiring more. I agree that it could be more attractive for other folks, especially if there's like passers-by and they're like, oh, I could stick around for a little longer, and they may become more staples of the town because there's things that they've made or created along the way too.
Spit. What would
Oh.
you like to do?
I want to make a secret handshake with Roscoe.
Okay. But
We're
you
both
do so.
kobolds. Oh, okay. I mean, there's not a lot of us, and I mean, it would feel like something cool, but like, I also kind of want to make a secret handshake with everybody.
Mhm.
They might not know it's like supposed to be a secret handshake or something like that, or they might. I totally anticipate like playing along, like, oh, this sweet poor little thing. But I get really excited every time that we get a chance to do it, and it really grows on people too. What, no, Dimitri? But like Roscoe and I are like genuinely excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. You
Yeah.
do so.
Yes. So that's part of my downtime. So the other thing too, that I was thinking about.
It was 30 days to
No,
perfect.
That was all 30 days.
So the other thing, Joe, is like when we had leveled up, and it was reinforced when we found this Ring of Featherfall, is it just kind of reminded me too of sort of the time in the mountains and like just being in the air a lot. And so like my acrobatics is pretty good, Joe. And I like myself learned Featherfall, but we got the ring in case I don't want to like forget to say it
Mhm.
when I jump and stuff like that. It would be really cool to kind of like learn strategies about how to kind of try to simulate flying.
Cool.
Um,
Are you gonna test the Ring of Featherfall?
I think
Yes.
you need to go upwards.
Yes, I'm testing. I get up on the roof of the shop.
Okay.
I should probably give it to you first.
Yeah, you were sleeping. So
That's what the Gloves of Thievery for, to take the Ring of Featherfall off of you. It's a long play.
So I mean, I can roll for that if you want to roll against me.
At
No.
least tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I was gonna borrow it. You're working on wood. You shouldn't be, using it because, like, what if your arm falls slower? Shit, the hammer would
All
be
right.
very effective. So I go up and I jump up, and I've got the Ring of Featherfall. I'm like, please work, please work, please work. And I jump.
Cool. When you jump off the roof, you expect your body to slow down because that's
Yeah.
usually how Featherfall works.
Yeah.
It does not. Your
I
body
cast Featherfall on myself.
your body exponentially increases in velocity as it hits the ground, slamming you into the ground with a small cobalt-shaped hole.
Yeah.
And then when you hit the ground and it knocks you unconscious, the Ring of Featherfall casts a level 1 Cure Wounds spell that heals you for 1 point.
That's amazing.
And then-
So troll.
And then you try to take it off, but it will not come off. This is a
Oh.
cursed item. This is it is a Ring of Featherfall, but it's Turbal's Ring of Featherfall. named after a participant at a con game that I ran, who let some dude dive off a cliff and told him he'd get him. Don't worry, I've got Featherfall. And then revivified him when he died after he hit the ground and said, you're fine.
Oh man.
Turbal's Ring of Featherfall. Turbal was a Kobold Trickster Cleric, so it's right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like wave my hand and like pretend to do a secret handshake.
Okay.
That's really advice. So I guess I have to pay somebody to take it off.
You need a remove curse spell to get rid of it. Yeah. You can take it off, but it is still attuned to you. Right? So you are still cursed that, like, when you jump from heights, you plummet and end up with 1 hit point. But you don't die. And presumably, you could jump from any height and end up with one hit point and not die.
It's true. Checks out.
All right. So even if I'm not wearing the ring?
The curse is still in effect, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't
It is
know
still
he was
attuned to
holding it
you.
first.
What? But
Yeah.
he didn't attune to it. He didn't tell me I attuned to it and test it. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the difference.
Can I cast Featherfall on myself to counteract the curse of the spell?
No.
Oh.
This curse supersedes your spells.
Oh, okay. That would have been so... Wait. Did other people have Featherfall? Because I was definitely envisioning like all of us at one point like jumping, and then that would have been a really unfortunate reality.
That would have been hilarious. Yeah. Like, let's dive out of this tower. Please do.
It's not even like you slow down, you speed
Yeah.
up. It's like
Dang.
Roadrunner Coyote kind of baloney.
Yeah.
He would still have 1 HP.
It's true. That's what he just explained. Yes.
Yeah. But if you're at full HP at level 10...
Hey, think about it though. You can now become a missile
From heights.
from heights. Maybe he'll let you sneak attack with the falling damage multiplied by 2 and then add sneak damage. Just saying. Get creative.
You're going to have to spend a lot of time training with this with this cursed
I will
item.
spend 28 days.
I'll remind you that you knocked a dude
watching.
unconscious a bunch and he died. So just keep that in mind. But
What about it?
Hang on. Keep playing again.
I can
Oh,
cast.
wow.
I can cast less restoration on the concussions. That's how medicine works. I can.
Wait,
I'll
are we
make-
implying that I'm going to keep trying this and suffer a heavy amount of brain damage?
I am not implying anything. I am providing you a warning that the last time you dealt with someone who regularly went unconscious and came back to,
Well,
he died.
well, wait a minute. That's not fair.
There will be a dice roll involved with this. That's probably based on intelligence.
I'm no longer going to
Or-
learn how to fly, guys. Or no, maybe I don't test it like as much as being as implied right now, but like I become more acutely aware of falling, like the properties of falling. Maybe not jumping from a building all the time, but like that's an important element. It reminds me of when the big avalanche happened, when the big plane came by. So
Sure.
that could be a thing too.
Or these are the weights holding you down, and when you finally rid yourself of this item, you will naturally be able to fly.
I don't think that's gonna.
Kind of like
I
Goku.
don't see that happening, but
Kind of like Goku when he takes his weights off to train in the to fight in the world championship fighting, and it's like 180 pounds. Maybe this is that 180 pounds.
that is a nerd
Wait.
realm I know zero things about.
That's Naruto, right? When the kid took
Goku. Mm-mm. Oh,
Oh.
or him.
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z.
the different one. Yeah. I only think of the kid that had really fast speed that was being held
And he
down
drops
by-
it. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a good episode.
and then he loses because he was too slow.
So
Broccoli.
now that I've got this ring, guys, and I assume I say thanks for the heals and all that good stuff, but now what do I do? I guess I should project manage. I mean,
No.
No, you go traveling with Morty and me to some shrines.
Yeah, let's go.
oh, okay, that's
Let's
where
go
we're going
shrine
hunting?
traveling. Yeah,
Which shrine are you going to first?
the one directly north, I think.
The one directly north of you? The one I forgot to label?
Yes.
I didn't
I-
forget to
I-
label, I just didn't label it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty safe route, so you get there pretty easily. Make a survival check. They've given you like the hex that it's in, but you still have to find the shrine itself.
Okay,
I've got a +5, guys.
I can give you guidance.
That's a D4.
D4.
So this will take
Oh, I've got a +8
this will take like 2 of your downtime days to get to this shrine because you have to get there.
because you have to go there and back. Should I roll for it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Survival.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 25.
Jesus.
Yeah, you managed to find. It is again a tree with like a bas relief carved into the trunk, and you see, like 4. You see like an image of 4 small dogs, with like heavily pointed ears, and one of them appears to be like half missing.
4 small dogs.
I mean like 4
dogs.
4 dogs.
4 dogs with pointed ears,
Yes.
I mean, like,
and one of which
Seems to be like halfway missing, like faded out into like
Oh.
the edge of
Mhm.
the relief.
so
I'm
like,
gonna consult my book then.
Yeah, make a religion check. Or a local culture check, as we have redefined it.
15.
15. These are blink dogs.
They are blinky dogs.
Blink dogs
What?
are fey creatures that have the ability to blink in and out of the realm, and they use the talent to avoid harm. They're beasts. They're fey beasts. They don't have like sentience to them, but they can be quite loyal if you train them appropriately. Or mythologically, I guess, can be quite loyal if you train them effectively. You don't know of any like current blink dogs in existence, but you didn't know of any fey dragons either, or fairy dragons either, and now there is one. So
So I guess
Are these the people that are named Rusalka? Oh.
no, so the blink dogs are just north of Wind's Hollow, kind of north of the monster lair.
Mhm.
what were these labeled as?
They weren't labeled because this is not it's not like a
not a
spirit.
formal-
It's like a creature, right?
Yeah.
Like there are
'Cause
several blink dogs. There is only like one clamor, right?
'Cause
Like he is a known fairy dragon.
Because the Goliaths told us about Hathor, who is in the forest in the north, and
Yeah, where's Rusalka?
Rusalka.
Is not labeled.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, Rusalka.
Rusalka?
Oh, I didn't put the shrine up for Ahsoka. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, we'll wait for the
It's-
next edit.
I'm interested in
It's
also going.
Ahsoka's shrine is on the river near Goldhome. So,
Ooh.
We have a path. Yep, boy. Because it was just.
I'm thinking that we also check out the one labeled Cash.
well, before we leave, I'm going to.
Oh, we should
have,
leave an Aubrey.
Well, I'm gonna have my my wolves. I'm gonna have them howl around the shrine.
I was gonna ask also, could they be considered with that in mind, considering we are swampland halflings, could blink dogs in theory be
A mount?
a mount?
Potentially.
Do I read anything else in my book about because glamour I had an idea of like here's a trickery kind of thing. I guess I'll wait
right.
I'll wait
So
for that to resolve after the howling.
Yeah. So the howling doesn't really have an effect. You get this kind of like divine inspiration, Morty, that you have to like somehow like come up with a way to leave the essence of these creatures at the shrine.
Leave the essence of
Like
these creatures.
Do something at the shrine that like somehow represents the most notable characteristics of the
blinking out in and out of existence.
Yeah.
I blink a lot.
You get the idea that it's not like that literal. Like just opening and closing your eyes probably not going to do it. I honestly don't know. Like this is so one of the things I do is I come up with puzzles that I don't come up with solutions to, I let you all deal with it. So this is one of those. I don't have any.
So what I'm gonna do is how tall is this shrine?
The shrine is like carved into the side of a tree trunk. It's maybe like 2 foot. Like it starts at like the 2 foot point and goes up maybe another 2 foot. So it goes from 2 to 4 foot. The tree is like 60 feet tall. Like it's a big tree.
I climbed the tree.
Okay.
I will cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
I jump from the tree.
You plummet to the ground and fall unconscious, and then your ring gives you 1 hit point.
Wait, don't I? Hold on. Aren't I like I'm taking a source of damage and can potentially cast it onto one of my mirror images? Yes.
No, that's not how falling damage works.
Boo!
I'm gonna review that, but I'm pretty sure that's not how falling damage works.
Okay, but for what it's worth, when I receive damage,
right,
and I fall unconscious, then I imagine that the spell dissipates. Yes, because I can no longer concentrate on the spell.
That's true. Image. Yes.
My images have blinked out of existence.
Interestingly, in the brief moment you're unconscious, you feel the sensation of 4 dogs licking your face. And then you wake up again. And it's like spooky dark. Like, I want you guys to like realize that when you're unconscious, it is spooky because you are on the shadow plane.
Yes.
And that is the bad thing that's corrupting this place, right? Like, until you get to where you're going, when you die, you're on the shadow plane. It's bad news, right? So you fall unconscious, and you feel 4 dogs lick your face, and then you are no longer unconscious, and you feel good about it.
But I shouldn't do it again.
You don't see blink dogs, but it also wasn't immediate when you summon Clamor, right? Like
right. But my mirror images aren't there, right, guys? You don't see my mirror images anymore.
No, there's nothing there, Spit.
Okay.
Morty, you were trying to come up with a solution to this and watch Spit climb a tree, dive out, die, and come back to life.
I feel like
4 spits.
You know, I really kind of hope it's kind of like I see him hit the ground and I see like the kobold hole and then I see the 3 mirror images fall out. It's like thud thud thud, like almost like speed shooting into the crowd, like, just and it's just like, and like you like almost like the glass in the like the china cabinet shakes a little bit and you're just like.
Oh, and Spit, I looked it up. Mirror image specifically works when a creature targets you with an attack.
The ground was a target.
Valid. Okay. I guess I should have known that part. But I was successful in making at least one of my mirror images. I probably should have just had one of you punch me, now that I think about it. Take an arrow to the knee.
No.
I have an idea, but I need to double check the wording on the spell.
I don't want to keep going unconscious. This is probably bad.
Blink dogs.
Does feign death work on self?
Feign death?
Yeah. Because I have it as a ritual. I think it's a ritual. Yeah, it's a ritual. But I'd cast a spell. I'd use it as a spell slot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason it wouldn't work on yourself.
While
It's a
we're
touch
chilling around here, as Spit has made a giant hole, can I cast a primal awareness?
Primeval awareness? Yeah, to
primeval
detect
awareness.
any Fey, Celestials, Fiends, or Undead, or Dragons. You detect a faint energy of one of those. It doesn't let you identify which one it is. It just lets you know if one of those things is nearby. You also know that there is a dragon corruption in this region that it could also be.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hey,
tell you
guys.
guys, be like, hey, I'm about to go unconscious for a little bit.
I was Joe.
No. I mean, way longer.
Oh.
If things get bad,
Jesus, 1
touch
hour?
me.
Jesus.
What?
I could be out cold for an hour, potentially. If things get bad,
Can you
just
heal me first before?
I'm like, yeah, sure, wham, and like I hit you with a
Like,
with a staple gun.
okay.
You get back. We're level 8 now. You get back. Actually, I rolled max 18 hit points back.
Thank you.
You can use Big Mars potion because we haven't been using any of those.
I drink Big Mars potion. That's a
Excellent.
good point.
It's a tier appropriate healing potion. 44 plus 4.
44 plus 4.
Let's see. If things get bad, just poke me.
No. You get 44 hit points
No,
plus
4.
4.
No. It's
Four
No,
D4.
4
D4.
D4
Plus 4.
Okay.
plus 4.
Yeah.
4 4-sided die plus an
Yes.
additional 4 hit points.
I'm gonna say, are you guys cool with that?
Yeah. Now
If
I'm
not,
better.
you guys are gonna have to get cool with these things real quick.
Yep.
Do you need more hit points, Spit, or are you almost?
As soon as he
I'm
says that, I'm
okay.
gonna start doing the concentration on
I
it.
can give you. You can actually
Okay.
take Morty's Big Mar potion.
Yeah, you can have my Big Mar potion too. And like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
What are you gonna do?
and like, as soon as he said that, it's like 10 minutes later, I'm like, like just out cold, like,
I
Is he
imagine, like,
snoring?
to avoid this conversation, you don't even bother to do
No,
it. It's not even
it's
not even a ritual.
worth
You're
talking
like,
about.
what are you gonna do? Uh-oh.
And I'm like there, and I'm just like mouth the jaw, and I turn to Dimitri, I'm like, he's not snoring. Is he
the-
okay?
My body is in a state of death.
It is
Yes.
indistinguishable from death.
It is
Yeah.
indistinguishable. I'm not breathing or
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
But I did give you the heads up, though.
That's true.
Thanks
You
for the
need
heads
me
up, Morty.
poke me.
Oh, what spells do I have?
You are in a spooky version of the area you were just in. It's darker here.
Yep.
The tree looks dangerous. All of the surroundings kind of stretch in strange ways. There's no real hard corners anywhere. Everything is kind of hazy. And you wait for a couple of minutes until, very briefly, you see 1, and then 2, and then 4 small, medium-sized dogs surround you. And they kind of are tails wagging, and then they sit kind of at all 4 cardinal directions around you.
Are there 4 sticks that I can find?
There are not 4 sticks.
I gave him.
I mean, there's a tree and there's some
I'm not
sticks
fucking
on
with
the
that
tree.
No, I'm not messing with that tree. Not a chance.
And then a minute later, they kind of like vanish for a bit, and then reappear just like
Sticks.
45 degrees
Turned.
around you. So now they're like northeast, southeast,
Yeah.
northwest.
I don't
and
know if I have
southwest.
to, but since I'm not holding concentration, I can't get out of this until the hour drops.
Correct.
Plan did not work as well because I thought I could like drop it and then recast it and be like, I can do the same shit you can. Didn't pan out as well as I thought, but it's okay. I'm going to shift myself 45 degrees,
Mhm.
and what was that time frame between them showing up, like first time and second time? How like long do you think? Like give or I mean, relatively speaking, it's
So
not
they're
like 5
there for like
seconds
2
later.
minutes, and then they're gone for, like less than 15 seconds, and then they appear, like 45 degrees shifted.
If I move 5 feet away, do they go back to that same spot or is to where I'm at?
So when you move, they appear where you were, and then they like move over
Readjust.
to surround you again, and then sit.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
You can do that.
If I cast light, does the same effects happen?
Oh, so you cast light, and
But it's dark.
it kind of like penetrates through the gloom, and the four like the blink dogs vanish for a minute, and then when they reappear, they're like rubbing their sides against your legs, and like pawing at the light as it's like cutting through the shadow. You notice that while you've got light cast, like where the light hits the tree, there is no tree. Like,
It's like a shadow.
yeah.
Do I appear like through my behavior with other dogs, like dogs in general, like that they're okay with this? They're wanting this. With the pawing thing and all that, like I don't know dog behavior because I'm allergic to dogs in real life, so I really don't.
They don't seem to be upset. I might have just lost the stream. Is anybody... If you're in chat, and you are still seeing us, please let me know. If you're not seeing us, let me know that too.
It's still streaming.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
It appears live. Yeah.
I just like my stream preview says your browser encountered an error while decoding the video, so
Yep,
that's fine.
Yep, we good.
Do they want the ball of light?
They're reaching for the ball of light. Yeah.
Play match.
Please hold 1 second. I was not prepared for this.
While Morty is doing,
Yeah.
If I'm
See
honest,
that? Hold up.
I wasn't either. So
while Morty is unconscious and
Mhm.
Spit is probably passed out for some odd reason,
no, he's conscious. He came back with one
No.
hit point.
Yeah.
I cast a Pass Without Trace just to keep us protected while Morty's.
I mean, it doesn't protect you. It just gives you bonus on stealth. Are you also going to have you and Spit hide away from this incapacitated body?
Well, it says a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you,
All right, fair enough.
masking you and your companions from detection.
All right, good enough.
Yeah, I would have also cast like silent image
right.
or something like that to put a big thing around us.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Oh, you're gonna like this. I think. Hopefully, I'm gonna cast a spell. Another spell.
Mhm.
Casting spiritual weapon
Okay.
in the form of a ball.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend to toss the spiritual weapon. And it's going to move farther away
Okay.
and see if they go and run for it. If they do, I'm going to mimic. What I like to do is mimic them bringing back the ball. I mean, I'm controlling the spiritual weapon. I get it,
Right.
but in the faintest of sense of like creating an object for them to
Internet.
like interact with.
Yeah, sure.
Unless I can find a ball or a rock near me, like.
Yeah, you
And I'll just test a lot on that and just like
I mean, you can find like
damage.
a shadow of a ball or a shadow of a rock, but you can't like touch it.
Hold it.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you reach
There
for it and
is
your hand
no
goes
rock.
through it. Give me an animal handling check. at advantage.
I can do that.
Yes.
19 to 17 to 26.
Yeah, that's
Holy
huge.
mackerel.
You kind of like toss this spiritual ball, and the dogs kind of like run toward it. And then the first one like bites at it and bites like through it and looks a little bit confused. And then the other one's like
with a laser thing.
the other one's like they're all like biting at it and they're a little bit confused. And then when you start to bring it back, they like chase it back. And then you like put it at your feet.
And what I do actually, in addition to that, is I like kind of, if they've given physical form,
Mhm.
I'm going to I'm kind of like open my arms up, kind of like, hey, come back, and like the ball, like, and like pretend the ball's in hand, like kind of see what they do. Like, I mean, I'm only like 3 feet and change, so like
Right.
they're bigger than me.
Yeah.
But like, come here, let's play, like, let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
And, like,
I
that's what
imagine
my
you give
plan
them
is.
all the scritches behind all of the
Oh,
ears.
oh, they're the goodest of boys.
And they seem very, very pleased. They seem to be very like plussed by you. Yeah.
And then what I would like to do is I like do that again, but like I would like to try to catch as one of a like compared to all like, so you said there's 4 dogs on that were on that the
clearly
woods.
one of them is like the pack leader.
The North Dog.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is, are there any discernible differences between like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the like carved in the wood, and then like was there like a mark or something that like, oh, that's now recognizable on like the ones that are like the illuminations of the Blink dogs?
It is tough to tell here. Like they were discernible on the wood, but because of like the light here, even with like your light spell cutting through, like it's still a plane made of shadow, right?
All right,
So,
cast some daylight.
oh Jesus, okay.
What?
Yeah, they're very discernible, and you start to hear ominous sounds approach from far distances.
I turn off daylight. I promptly turn off
It
daylight.
might be too late. You make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Wait, yeah, okay.
What did you cast?
Daylight, apparently.
Daylight.
What'd you get?
23.
Yeah, so you hear the sounds of like several bestial creatures far off in the distance, and when you cast daylight, those creatures approach, right? And some of them faster than others. You hear like a very slow lumbering thing in the distance, and then you hear some like smaller things that are very quick. And then when you drop your daylight spell, it's just the light spell still up.
Yep.
And you can tell that there is something, there are small creatures just outside of the globe of light. And all 4 of these blink dogs immediately turn away from you
Okay.
at the edge of this globe of light and start like growling.
How far away is that globe now?
I mean, the globe is on you. The light is on you.
Oh yeah.
So,
I guess I didn't know because it was like in a darkness realm. Like if it
Right.
felt more like it was.
It's like, I think the light spell is like
It's 20-foot
feet.
radius.
Yeah,
and
I'd
then
say
20
it's
foot
like
dim light.
I'd say it's like 20 feet of dim light and then nothing beyond that. So there's no like bright light here. It's only dim light.
And they're glowing.
What's that?
And the dogs themselves, they're
The
glowing.
dogs are they're not glowing, but they are in your sphere of light. And these like shadow creatures out and around are, the light is somehow like keeping them at bay. And these dogs are clearly in protective stances, looking to defend you.
I don't think I want to see what's out there. If I like hold, well, my goal is to, I mean, if I don't do anything, does anything change? If I hold my light spell, I mean, like, how long have I been under at this point?
You don't know. Things are moving different. Like, time moves differently
Sure.
while you're here. So,
Ooh, like Inception.
Then I guess I will maintain that and like,
you're just going to try to wait it out?
unless something becomes like, I'm gonna try to see if there's anything I can like like I know like maybe I'll catch a claw or something like I can see.
Mhm.
I am trying to see if like decipher, is there like the I don't want to say there's a dragon, but like is it very similar of nature to like the shadow, like the dragon shadow, like the red dragon that was like also kind of a shadow dragon? Is it feel like there's just a lot more of them? Are there bigger versions of them? I mean, you're saying there's smaller stuff on the skirts, but also trying to like make sense of like.
Right. So within like 50 or so feet of you, you hear like a couple of dozen creatures skittering around pretty quickly.
Wow.
And you see the occasional like you think it's a claw, but it's just a shadow of a claw.
Yeah.
Right? And so you see the occasional like shadowed claw swipe out. You see like tentacles occasionally. You see kind of like crab legs, like the side of like the three legs on one side of a crab, and like a like a clapper claw.
Does anything ever reach out at the dogs?
It looks like they're trying to these things are trying to reach out at the dogs, but the dogs are like nipping back pretty aggressively. And like as they reach out, the dogs nip, and then they withdraw them. They're like.
Does anything look like it ever connects with them?
If
If it does, I will actively go to heal them.
Okay, yeah. So one of the tentacles does like slap the dog and almost like pushes it out of the light circle. But you manage to like get to it really quickly and like heal it up a little bit, and it kind of like takes its post again. And then
I'm gonna actually ask like pull back, and I'm gonna cast another spell.
Okay.
Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Sure.
And so they're within my. So the friendlies will be those dogs, and anything else can go.
Yeah. So you throw up
Balls.
Spirit Guardians, and these like thorny, thistly vines erupt around you from the ground. And even your Spirit Guardians have like this shadowy effect like through them. They're like shadows of thorns.
Yeah.
But they manage to like things like approach and you can hear where like Spirit Guardians ends and the light just is barely there. And things approach, and you hear that like screeches as these things like hurt themselves against your guardians. Wow. I need you to make a Constitution save just to maintain these spells for the duration.
I got a 17.
Okay. So just before the Spirit Guardians end, you feel the presence of something huge approaching, and you can't see it at all. But there's this large entity approaching very like slowly and methodically. And then you look out and you watch as like this large maw opens, and you just see this purple light kind of spill out over like huge like dripping teeth. And as you get the feeling that this thing is just about to break through your magical defenses, that's when your spell ends and you wake up in the material realm.
And then like I feel like I just fall asleep, like just out cold, like.
And then he snores.
And then the sleep apnea kicks in.
I give you a good berry.
What?
I need to take a bunch of notes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So are we gonna go to the thing labeled cash?
I would of course relay all that info to you guys of what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna go to the tree when I like get up. I'm gonna say,
Good advice.
we are good dogs of many scritches when we finally meet again. We will, and I make a point to say like we as my pack will protect you when you are here.
Okay.
And like find the best of sticks and like find 4 of them
Sure.
and like I don't know, leave little letters, or like if there's like anything like on the wood themselves, like if there's like a scar mark, like I'll leave like a scar in like the wood.
Mhm.
Be like, this is your stick, this is your stick, this is your
Oh,
stick,
okay.
this is your stick.
Sure.
Oh, like one of them's like missing half.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is for you when we
Mhm.
when we meet again.
Yeah. So as you guys, as you finally come to again, the sun is starting to set, and you notice that like it's late enough that it should be dark here, but somehow like this tree is radiating some degree of light that you're not expecting.
Oh.
Right? There seems to be some kind of permanent effect on this tree that is allowing it to produce like a shadowy
Aura.
light, even through the night.
Neat.
Has Morty touched it already?
Yeah, when he kind of nicked the scars and stuff.
Oh, right.
into
In
the-
Spit, you climbed up the tree and nothing
Yeah.
bad happened.
Yeah. I mean, I jumped off of it, but
It feels like not bad light. Like it, like
Yeah.
Okay.
Morty gets the feeling that like this is a positive thing.
So we should probably bed down for the night then around this tree.
I think we'll be safe here.
okay.
Let me tell you, that was one trip that I was on.
Yeah. Me too.
Totally. If you guys want to do that, yikes.
Good without until I learn.
Let me
more
tell
stuff.
you, and I look at Dimitri and say, Dimitri, there are some really good doggos there. I hope they come because I think you would enjoy. I hope they come because I think you would really enjoy meeting them.
But these are good doggos too.
Yeah.
They can
The-
no,
the other
and I say,
wolves, like,
and
their
I
hair
and I look and I
starts
say,
trickling.
they'll be great brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Add to the pact.
And then I look at Spin and go, maybe one for you.
Yeah.
I'm just worried at this point for your like falling habits. Is it like if you
Yeah.
fall off like a step ladder, it's like you're just, or a step stool, it's like dead.
In his experimentation, he's discovered that it's anything that would
Must be
cause
from
falling damage.
Yeah.
So it's
anything
anything
above 10
greater than
feet?
10 feet.
10
yeah.
feet. hmm
So 10 feet 6 inches, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's not good.
Yep.
Now we need to get you big shoes,
All right.
Big
I'll be
shoes.
back in
Like-
1 second. Y'all vamp.
Yeah.
like moon shoes, that awful invention, the trampoline shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to
I
get
don't
you
think
moon
that'll
shoes.
save me.
Moon
I don't
shoes.
think that'll save me.
Mooches. I thought those were the coolest things, by the way, when I was
Right.
younger, and it had the catchiest lines ever. But yeah, that's just me. That was trippy as crap, and
So we're gonna like camp out here. And
Oh,
like a
one of
pile
the things
dogs.
that we need to make sure that people have, like your magic person, there needs to be a curse remover.
I can remove curse.
You
Wait,
can
you can-
remove curse? Right now?
I could if you want me to. I didn't know if you wanted to like
No, yeah.
play with it a little bit more,
No, I do want to play with it a little bit more, yeah.
because like I could totally do that if you want me to. Actually, I need to take a long rest, and I can.
You
I
need to
can-
be you need to be surprised when you learn that you can that it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. All right.
All right, welcome back.
So we're spending the night nearby the thing.
Yep.
I'll take middle watch.
Okay.
I could take either. Doesn't matter to me. It's up to you.
I'll take the latest watch. I'll just
Okay, I'll
be
take
up
first
super
watch.
early.
I'll keep doodling on my book and like totally blaming it on somebody else. Oh, has anything else in the entry of the book come
Oh
up?
yeah.
So you can kind of like make out a lot of the entry about Blink Dogs, but it's not you don't seem to be like fluent with the entry yet.
Okay.
You haven't like essentially like you haven't summoned them to this realm. Is
Yeah.
basically what it
Gotcha.
comes down to. Yeah.
You understand the word blink dog. or words, plural, something like that. So
The rests go uneventfully. You feel like revivified by just like being near this tree has like a warming effect on you. Like despite being winter, you don't feel like the night's chill never really came. There is still some like dragon essence
gonna say
around,
residual
keeping things
heat.
a little bit warmer, but this is further away than like there is frost around you, but not within like 15 feet of the tree, right? So there is clearly some sort of like effect that has happened here, and it doesn't feel like there was a feel of gloom before, and that feel around this tree is not the case anymore.
Ooh, nice.
are there any branches of this tree or sticks that are kind of laying around that might be arrow length?
Do you want there to be a branch or stick around this tree that is of arrow length?
I'd rather have it be bow length at that point. If that's the question, but I don't think there's a Fletcher or anything around that could make a
No,
bow.
there's not a bow or a Fletcher.
Dang.
There's, I mean, if you would like to spend a penny, there is 10 arrows worth of, or 10 arrows worth of arrow length wood around.
How many bennies do we have?
Do you need them?
An obscene amount.
They're gonna be special arrows.
You
Do
have,
it.
you have 25 bennies.
Sure.
Wait. Make it 15 and we'll call it a deal.
No, that's not how
15.
this works.
Damn. I tried haggling. I'm sorry, guys.
I'll spend a benny for 10 links of special arrow wood.
Okay.
Make sure I'm taking notes in the right spot here.
Morty, make a perception check.
21.
Like you wake up and you've got like a kink in your back. Like,
Hey,
you're
Spit,
like,
can you come rub this one out?
Yeah, let me get up on the tree.
Phrasing.
And then you like get up.
Don't do that.
You get up and there's like a small, like chicken bone that was like stabbing you all night. That wasn't there last night.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Morty, I think you
Is
might
Glamour
have
upset at me?
No, I think you might have had a doggo appear and disappear around you.
How to get underneath me?
They blink.
I go, and I pull out the bone.
And there's like carving in the bone in the same language.
Can I... Damn it!
Make a religion check? Wait, do you have divine intervention yet?
I don't think so.
Let's divine intervention.
Is that level 7?
Yeah, I think that's way higher, buddy.
Divine intervention? No.
It's...
Beginning at 10th level.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Make a religion check then.
14.
This is some kind of summoning, like,
Bone.
thing. Yeah.
Oh.
But I wouldn't know because I can't read it.
No, I'm telling you, like, your
Yeah.
religion check lets you know that, like,
It's a
you're not exactly sure how it works, but this will somehow summon at least one of the dogs.
neat.
For more than 8 hours.
I will
He doesn't know.
let everybody know about this, and I'll say, huh. How big is it? Like that big?
It's like that
Like
big.
a sawtooth thing. If you make a neat little necklace.
I'm gonna do that. Wait. I don't think I should put any holes in this thing.
No, but like you can. I'll spit on you.
You can tie a string around it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tie a string
Yeah.
around it.
Cool.
Double string, because then I don't want to lose it definitely.
And I'll spit on you.
No, don't do that.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I'll tell my dogs to not eat that bone.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
Um. Full.
I do want to say like I'm really proud of how all of us have made a valiant effort, like a specific effort at this shrine, even if Dimitri's was the least scary of all of them.
I was protecting us more than anything is what I was going for. Because our healer is out for an hour. You were damaged.
No, I'm easy to rouse with an action to
Right.
rouse me.
Yeah,
But you guys didn't realize that there was a whole purple mod dude about to eat my face off.
No,
Like,
You just seemed like you wanted a nap.
you
but
know,
now
I think
know.
I think now I'm gonna have a little bit of nervousness about being around in the dark.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense. I will tell you,
definitely
like,
after
you
that.
know, you are. It is very clear to you that casting daylight on the shadow plane attracted a
dumb.
lot of attention.
Was hella
Yeah.
dumb.
Like, yeah, like it is very
Was
clear to you that,
really
like,
dumb.
that was not a great decision to make.
Learning.
No, you know what I gotta do now? I gotta do out in some far off place in the middle of the forest. And be like, hey guys, I'm gonna be in there for like a minute. Just wake me up. Daylight! And it's just like, and I peace out. And like now you just have like a random concentration of shadow monsters elsewhere. And I think actually I would make that statement like, hey guys, I like dogs a lot, but the thing is I might have like shadow monstered a lot of things in this area by accident. Don't be mad.
Let's,
Like,
should we exit stage left now to go check out another one of these?
you can. I mean, I don't want to take up the time where you guys want to do separate things for your own downtime.
Well, I'm not really very fly ready anymore, so I'm okay.
And I've got extra days for because I only planned on using half my downtime for.
Unless I can
for
do other
working.
like, I mean, I think that if we get this out of the, for me, if I get this out of the way,
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
mean, if there was one that I might have been interested in, it would have been the one labeled cash.
then let's go to cash then.
Cash. Okay.
We can also
So
go
it's
cash.
nearby where Ironwood is. South
And we
of
can also take our
Planner.
time if we're out there to be like, hey, what's going on with the growths? Like if we're like kind of in the perimeter area.
Well, it technically is a hex that we haven't fully
Yeah.
explored yet.
I'm trying to say like, has the growths kind of reached the edge of the forest kind of thing.
Is that what you want to do then? You want to check that out?
Yeah, hit a cash.
Yeah, it'll take 3 days to get there,
Yeah, that's cool.
and then 3 days to get back. So make a survival check again to try to track down the
All right,
shrine itself.
Guidance.
guidance. Okay. Ooh. What is that really? What I need to reopen my thing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
You had a +8.
Then that's a 30.
Yeah, you find a
Holy
stone.
mackerel!
Did
You
you
find
roll
a
20?
large stone.
No, I didn't. I rolled a 4 on my guidance.
You find
Your
a,
guidance has been potent, by the way. I've rolled both 4s.
You find a large stone with the carving of. The body of this looks like a pretty substantial sized wolf, and then where the wolf's head would be, it is very clearly the head of a bear.
That's so cool!
Ooh.
It's like a chimera, but with one head!
Yeah.
Are you trying to give us a chimera mount?
No.
Having on a stone of that, a stone that is of a large wolf with a bear head?
Yep.
And it looks like particularly strong and stuff.
Yep.
It looks hella strong.
Are there any like big rocks and stuff around?
There's a couple of stones. This is like a big one that is like right on the edge of like the tree, right on the tree line.
My book say.
Make a culture check.
Yeah, it's religion, right?
It's religion for him.
13.
13. The only thing you can make out on the page is that this there's an image of like this bear hound. It's called a bear hound. It's from second edition. And you see a short description. You can make out a short description that says the Guardian's companion. But you can't really make out the rest of it. And you get the make an insight check.
I reroll ones. 17.
You get the distinct impression that like somehow there's an amount of energy in this book that like recharges over time. And it seems
so I
like
can't just go like check marking stuff.
well, it seems like the reason that you can't make out any more of this entry is because the book just isn't ready to be read right now. Like there is some kind of like will in this book, and it took a good amount of energy to basically protect you from the plane of shadow with the blink dot.
The problems I caused. Got it.
Clearly, like your success on the plane of shadow was channeled through the book.
Ooh.
And it left a good deal of energy in the tree.
Like it could be a potential like it's gonna be a beacon for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So should we abandon, or rather, we don't know that yet, or rather, Spit doesn't know that yet.
I would let you guys know that.
Okay, should we like then kind of ease up on trying to learn more or do things with Cash, or should we still?
I was gonna punch another rock.
I was gonna say let's try and throw a rock, but then I was like, wait, our strength is dreadful.
No, it's not. No,
This
it's
is-
not.
this
have
is
a
19, he's got gauntlets.
we have a specifically strong person here.
I will
yeah,
say that you
boy.
get the feeling that like if so much energy wasn't used at the last shrine because 4 days have passed, you get the
Yeah.
impression that like you could have more success at this shrine, and maybe like you can keep trying at this shrine, but you feel like you would have been successful if so much of the energy wasn't required to protect you in the blink
It
dots.
didn't cast daylight.
If you didn't cast daylight on the shadow plane, yeah.
I'll be very clear. I'm gonna stand by my decision every single day of the week to cast daylight every day.
Yeah, sure.
Just saying.
But we could still make a display in front of the shrine, right? Or it
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see, because I'm assuming the book is just it lets us read more about it, but doesn't prevent the shrine from activating itself. Is that fair to say?
like I think it's still
It's like
relevant for
we're-
us to pay homage and honor in
Yeah.
front of the
So
shrine.
the book gives you the clues on how to summon the entity,
Got it.
right?
Oh.
You could like throw handfuls of dirt at the wall and see if anything sticks, but like you don't have any clues on like how, beyond the fact that like the description is the Guardian's companion. That's the only clue you really have.
And it's more dogs. I like dogs.
This is specifically a wolfhound. I don't, or a bear.
Bearhound.
Bear wolf. Mad bear pig.
You know what?
Benny?
I'm going to pull Bear
Who's a
off
hound?
my shoulder
Mhm.
and give him and kind of like he's my great he's you guys are my companions, but he's like my personal companion, and to me he's the greatest companion I've had him
Despite
since-
the fact that he
since
hasn't been mentioned in the last 16 episodes.
shut the hell up, because I don't want him dying. I'll be like, hey, by the way, they
you
steal
did-
Baron and they steal Bear, and let me.
You did specifically say if you use him in combat, then I could also use him in
Yeah.
combat.
And I
too.
haven't done it, but you know what? There's been a lot of situations where I don't need that dog just slipping up and going wild.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make an active effort, during my season 2. What is it? It's like New Year's resolutions, like my season 2 resolutions to incorporate Bear more aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
I
gonna
think
pull him
because
out.
Bear got overshadowed by Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey took the lead. And I'm going to take him out, and I'm gonna play with him for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because, if
We're leaving him
it's
here,
a
aren't we?
Guardians.
No, he's not leaving him here.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought it would have been really
No.
appropriate to be like,
No.
oh, this is our last playtime together, and now you will guard this tree.
No. It's not.
I really hope Spit says that out loud, and I'm just like,
No.
And I'm like holding back Morty just a little bit, like
I'm giving that whole and just to know that, I don't know, it's very similar, the people part of the pack. I kind of even want to leave that bone there that we just got.
No.
Because the thing is I'm not going to, but my rationale behind it would have been, the greatest companion. It's well, we're nothing without our companions. And if I was going to have someone there, I'd want all of them there. I don't want to just have one. I wouldn't want to just have Spit, no Dimitri. I don't want to have, I wouldn't want to have Spit, Dimitri, no Kiv. I miss Kiv. And that hurts us. And I want everyone back. I want everyone to be with us. So to me, leaving that bone there would just be or leaving the thing that they gave me. I know it's very sacred. It's just but also at the same time, it's I would want everyone with us.
Or we
'Cause
could just come back in 4 days.
Or we can come back in 4 days. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about that. We can come back in 4 days, or on our way back.
Yeah, and well, also, I noticed that it's not as much of a greeny bit. In addition to the shrine and such, or is that the thing that is this hex? We're at the outskirts of Ironwood, and I know that we mentioned potentially assessing if kind of the festering of the fungus has kind of infected broader than just around the lumberjack area.
On the edge of the tree line, you do not see this corruption.
Okay.
How deep into the forest you want to go to see if you can spot it, I guess, is the question, right? If you go far enough into the forest, you'll find the corruption.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how deep you want to go to see, how much it's spread throughout.
Nah, it would have been just at this area, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within eyesight, or even if you walk 10 or 15 minutes into the forest, you don't see any corruption.
Spyglass?
You see uncorrupted trees very closely.
It's true. Yeah, they'd be very big. Yes, it's a good point. It wouldn't
I wish you
penetrate
could
the
fly.
forest. Yeah.
actually I do
Oh
have-
no, the thing that we did a while ago where I would get thrown up into the air with my spyglass.
It's
we
now
can't do
dangerous.
It. We can't
now-
do it.
It's potentially
not good
deadly,
for your
yeah.
health.
we also don't have Kiv, but
Oh, that's true.
quick question.
Mhm.
Is it possible to hire scouts?
Yeah.
To pay people to go exploring for us?
You've already got a group of Goliaths
Goliaths,
exploring
yeah.
for you.
Right,
It's-
but they're looking for shrines specifically.
Yeah.
I'm just saying people that
Yeah, you can hire people. Here's the thing. You are some of the most able-bodied people that would be working for you. So you can hire people. They might not live,
Right.
right? They might not make it back if they encounter something particularly dangerous. It's even more dangerous for them. But you can definitely hire people to do some of that for you if you want. Like, what that will do is very similarly to what the Goliaths have done. Like, you will find landmarks, but you will not have explored that area, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you looked at the map, you would see specific landmarks around, but, like, the map wouldn't get colored in at all. Which, like, the map being colored in is not just about coloring the map. It's also about being done with that area, with that hex, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Or having, like, kind of, like, made an impact in that hex.
Yeah. And like gained whatever benefit or had like, made impact, like done what we needed to do.
Because I was kind of having like an idea of like, what if I know we're in downtime, we're going to be going to Goldholm, but what if we sent like scouts or something to go kind of search that plainish area between Winds Hollow and Goldholm, not on the road, and telling whoever
Just
it
off.
was to be like, if you see bandits,
He's super sneaky.
right.
They might be part of the civil service though.
I mean, that's something you can do, is hire those folks. Again, that costs money, right?
Right.
If you
I
wanted
think we
to-
should just encounter it.
Yeah, I was just wondering like if it's like, I know like sending people out to go search for things again. I know we sent the Goliaths out to go looking.
I mean, you also risk, like, if there's a magic item in that hex, you're paying them to
take it.
explore it. You're not
Yeah.
you're not paying them to explore it and bring back whatever's there.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they can
So-
take it them for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Like they never found anything. And,
or they tell you, yeah, I found this cool magic item. It's mine now because I found it.
yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
but you can send them out if all you want to do is like scout out where you think a bandit camp might be. You could do that, right? It would just cost
No.
gotta
money.
get
You know how to
Windwalk,
deal with those.
All we gotta do, guys, is wait until we get Windwalk, and then we can just fly through this map and clear it out real fast.
Maybe, probably not. Like,
And
Yeah.
miss all the storytelling.
you know. So
Have you
that's,
ran
I mean,
through
that's where
Chol?
we're at. So you guys
Yeah.
have, I mean, you're at the cash stone. Did you want to continue trying to, I guess, activate it, for lack of a better word, or kind of pass on this for now?
Morty, quick, pick up a big rock and throw it.
I'm gonna pick up a big rock and throw it.
It hits a tree.
Does it kick it? I'm gonna kick it.
What?
It hits a tree again. You're picking up the shrine stone or just another
No,
big
no,
rock?
no. Well, I like to lift up the shrine stone.
You can't.
What?
It's too big.
What if we all help together?
You have like a strength of 6. It's
The two of you would probably get in the way, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I hope there's not two giants that say, "Do you want to play a game?"
There's not two giants that say, "Do you want to play a game?" No, that's Rise of Tiamat. You're thinking the wrong campaign here.
We're gonna counter them eventually. I look at everybody else and like ideas.
You threw the rock. That was my
Yeah,
all.
that was
All right.
Okay.
I'll say good luck, and I give the goodest of scritches for Bear right behind his head, right in front of the stone with the picture. I go like,
Yeah, Bear's excited about it. The stone does nothing.
stone does nothing.
right.
it's gonna send me a letter, and like when I'm sleeping, it's like I saw them scritches.
All right. So we
3 days back to town.
3 days back to town. So that's what, 6, 7, 8.
8 days.
Yep. On top of the 15 you guys spent
Mhm.
beforehand. Anything else y'all want to do? Spit, you gave up on flying. Is there something else you wanted to try?
I know, it's unfortunate. Well, I mean, so like obviously we made it back to town and I'm very excited about all of our handshakes and I'm hoping that it's starting to grow on people. Like it's more now than just, oh, that's spit. Yeah, that's just spit, to more like, oh, yeah. And like do I observe other people like coming up with secret handshakes, Joe, like in town?
No, it's definitely just you and it's a you and Roscoe thing.
Okay.
Even Roscoe's a little bit like he doesn't always remember it. He's like, I guess it's this one, and then this
then
one.
Then we curl our tail. Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
But with practice.
Right. With practice, it'll. Yeah. It just kind of humors you.
What would I want to do instead?
What are like other generic downtime tasks that you've had folks?
Generic downtime tasks are things like, like you spend days to like learn a skill or learn a language or make an item or brew a potion or scribe a scroll, or carousing is one. Do research. Those kind of things. They're in the player's handbook, I think. It's either the player's handbook or the dungeon master's guide.
Have we had any other?
They're on page 187 of the player's handbook. If you guys have one.
Thank you.
And then in addition, like this setting has specific ones you can do too. If you start working into like learning how to craft magic items, I do that differently than it does in the book. As you start to like work with guns and things, since that's the thing you want to do, like that will be a downtime activity to like learn how to use them, because currently you are not proficient with guns because they don't exist. So those kinds of things.
I had a thing. So yeah, I guess because I'm trying to think of what else that we could do. Yeah, I was just quickly.
What does it take to like craft an item, magic item, or enchant a magic item?
So you need to have access to like a magic item enchanting table, like a physical thing where you do it, and then you have to have access to spells, and you have to have some kind of conduit. Most commonly in the setting, that's done from lightning glass that's imported from the glass shores. But other conduits can be found. Usually it has some kind of like divine energy behind it.
Does anything I have, considering I have divine energy?
It permanently siphons the energy from the conduit. So like if you used your book, it would drain the energy. It would drain some of the energy like long term. Your book would be less powerful.
Well, I guess more so.
Like you
would
have
I have
this
anything
item,
else?
You have like this bone that could potentially be used as a conduit to craft magic items, but it would lose the ability to summon the blink, right? Like you can kind of like siphon magic energy into. You can use magic items to siphon that energy into things, but like there's also a degree of like you'll make rolls and like there's failure and success. So basically you would tell me like, I want to imbue X item with Y spell, and you'll start with cantrips until you like are proficient with cantrips, and then you'll have access to first level spells, and then it goes up, and it's based off spell level. So once you have access to like 6th level spells, you could use a 4th and a 2nd level spell simultaneously to imbue into an item. But there's a failure chance based
Or
off the rolls.
destroyed stuff. Yeah.
It like usually something is always made, right? So in this setting, like this is how like cursed items are made. It's not like somebody intends to curse someone. It's like I did not successfully make a magic item well, and this was the result. So.
Got it.
And there's no way to like know the
ring.
Effects until you use the item. Yeah.
So, with the time, obviously I kind of want to check in on the business and see how Veruca and Baron are doing, making sure that Veruca's feeling all comfy and everything, and how cooking is going for Veruca.
Veruca's feeling really good. Cooking is going very well. Like, Baron is literally like spends most of his days sitting in like the dining room waiting to be needed to do something. There's like 4 guards that are around the building kind of all the time that are being paid. Veruca is in the kitchen, and then when people come in, Baron will help out when needed, like cashing people out essentially. But most of the time, he is seen muttering to himself in the corner of the dining room.
Does he need anything else? Like, does it feel like his mental state's okay?
He seems very pleased. Like, he seems like very optimistic and not.
Okay, so it's not like grumbling. It's more just him going.
It's not
like,
grumbling. It's like he's like posing questions to himself and then
it's
answering
like
them.
content chatter.
Yeah, like if you were like
He's,
trying to like go over.
On,
yeah,
like my bird makes like a chirping noise. It's kind of like, hey, I'm happy. Like I'm around. I'm happy doing my own thing.
Yeah,
kind of.
Or like
right.
or like contemplating like, oh, but what if we did this kind of thing, and maybe
so
we could do these kinds of things.
It's positive, not negative.
Because the thing that I wanted to do is like I wanted to like ask Veruca if I could kind of just watch over her if she'd feel comfortable for me watching over her shoulder, and I'd ask questions like when she does cooking things and like, oh, why do you throw these spices in here, or what makes this and this, like this is a combination that I hadn't thought about before, like did you learn that over in the Empire, and like learn a little bit about it.
So overall, like most of the questions, she's just like flavor. I do it for flavor. You get the idea that a lot of food in the Empire is pretty bitter, because there's so much like marshland. There's not a lot of like sweetness. Everything is like cranberries are like the sweetest thing in the Empire.
Oh wow!
And they're very tart, right? So like there's not a lot of sweetness there because everything is like swampy basically. Like the Shining Capital has like a lot of imports and exports, but frankly, like the big problem with Bell not being the breadbasket of the continent anymore is like a lot of the like food that was created for the Empire is now not being created for the Empire. So it's a lot of like the food has gotten like blander or bitterer in the last 10 years. And so like she's ecstatic to be out here with like ingredients that have flavor and like things that just aren't like more mushrooms and more like bitter weed, like the fact that she's got spices at all is pretty exciting. Like a tomato is a wonderful thing to her.
Too.
Like it's pretty exciting for her. Yeah.
So like I look with a piqued curiosity, obviously, because like I'm very interested in knowing obviously what's going on in the shop, and sort of, I mean, I know we have Dimitri and he could make good berries whenever, but like it would be pretty neat to be able to also prepare things too. And also I wanted to assess kind of how good is Veruca at explaining things to me.
That is probably the weakest aspect as you're like watching her cook. Like she was clearly not brought here to teach people to cook. She was brought here to cook, right? Like, and you get the idea that like with time, and if she was like when you watch her talk with Baron, it's very clearly like they understand what each other is thinking because they grew up together. And so like with time, like maybe that connection could be made, but like with people she doesn't know, she's pretty like quiet and not really like, she'll answer questions when they're asked, but she doesn't really like offer up information on her own. Not because she's like secretive, just because it's like not in her nature to like to do that, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was going to say for my last couple of downtime days, I was actually going to start looking for books to put into our new library shelf thing.
Where would you like to look for books?
Ornia.
Around town? I don't know.
You'll stuff from
have any merchants?
Oh, Macy and Gerald.
What's that? Is any what?
Have any merchants come around town in the time.
Oh, I
Any
mean,
new
there's
book
merchants
is-
in and out kind of all the time right now. Yeah. Are there any books?
I mean, magic items.
No magic items, no. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 books. That like a merchant comes in with like a small chest just full of 6 books. And it's like a general history of the empire, and as you page through it, it's clearly like written by the empire, like it's very pro empire.
Yeah.
Like there's no like even cultural mention of like Fey shrines or anything when they look at like the bell section. Like that's hocus pocus, that's superstition, right? Like this is a very like military history and like the glorious empire that destroyed the usurper, blah blah blah. There's a couple of like just like bestiaries for like beasts, not like monstrosities or any kind of like magical beasts, but just like beasts themselves, and like what to do if you get attacked by a bear or if you get surrounded by some wolves or that kind of stuff. All stuff that like by and large as a ranger you already know. But I mean, it's accurate information. It's just not new information to you. And then there's two novels that are written as like the journal of, and it's like part 1 and part. This is clearly like a serialized set of books. That it's not even like part 1 and 2. It's part like 5 and 7. For
man.
and the main character's name is Darren Fattlelorn. And he is a half elf of Asvarius, of the Asvarian wood.
Of the westernest.
The West is.
It's not the Westist forest. It is a Wester forest, though.
I would like to get those 2 books.
You for
Just 5 and 7.
for a mere 2 gold, you can get Darren
Yep.
Flatterthorn's 5th and 7th volume.
Yes.
He's gonna try to collect the whole set. I'm excited.
It's gonna be great.
Well,
Little does he know, there's 49 books.
No, he's gonna keep on finding copies of the 7th one. Damn
Oh,
it!
it's like Monopoly with McDonald's. And if Monopoly or McDonald's would like to sponsor us,
They don't.
no.
Or the leaves of Vermont.
Right. Right. Jake and I have decided we really want to be sponsored by the tourism departments of states.
Yes.
And until the tourism department of Vermont decides to sponsor us, I'm just gonna say it. Vermont leaves aren't that good. They're just very good at PR work. I'm sure that they are the same leaves as anywhere else. Vermont is just, they found a way to cash in on the fact that leaves change color in the fall. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong with money. Spit, do me a favor and roll an investigation check.
Investigation. You know I'm not that smart.
Would you like a perception check instead?
Oh, that would be great. I mean, rather, I don't want to change the
Use a
nature
Benny.
and intent of your.
Would you
Oh, I
like to
can
use a
just-
Benny to make it a perception check instead?
Can I use a Benny to make it a perception
Yes.
check with advantage?
No.
Okay.
You can use 2 Bennies
I like
to
the
make it a
haggling.
perception check with advantage.
I could give him assistance on both of those, unless this is a.
You're not there. This
No.
is like a
Yeah.
very
This
like
is a me
abrupt thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you using 1 Benny or
That's-
2 to get advantage?
One Benny.
Okay.
It was just one roll. Yep. And that is with perception. It's a 26.
Sure. So as you're kind of leaning over Veruca as she's cooking, you take a glance over to Baron, and just like very briefly, you look at him and he's kind of paging through a book, and you see his eyes, and they are coal dust black. Like the whole orbs are coal dust black, and he's just like, "Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting." and he pages through, and you look back down to like see what Veruca's doing, and you're like, wait a minute, what? And you look back at Baron, and his eyes are just normal again.
Normal.
And that is where we will end this week's episode of In the Red. We will pick up again in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is the 21st of January.
2021
of 2021. It's true. 1/21/21. Hopefully we will see all of our friends in chat there on the 21st for more exciting adventures in Bell. And we will see you soon. Do us a favor. Check out our website, initiativecoffeeco.com. Get some coffee if you are looking for the original tabletop game themed coffee company. We started in 2016. Don't let those other fools to make you think it wasn't us. We were there first. Other than that, check us out on Patreon if you want to support this stream specifically. $5 a month gets you another Benny in the Benny pool. Other tiers, I'm going to go through and take a look at it this weekend and make it a lot more clear. I think it's kind of muddied because we were doing 2 shows and now we're not. So we'll take a look at that, and those tiers will be updated very soon. If you want to subscribe here on Twitch, that's awesome. We love it. We'll start kind of incorporating Twitch subscriptions into maybe the Benny count as well. And I will have more things to spend Bennies on, hopefully next session, other than just Advantage. I think there are just too many Bennies coming in for advantaged roles to be the only relevant thing. So that's, and arrows and small narrative adjustments. At $15 a month, you can have your own Fey Shrine right here in Bell. I know that Big Mar has the Big Mar Kool-Aid Man in the basement of the sandwich shop. And the Big Mar Kool-Aid Man gives you finger guns of healing potion for now. And as you guys level up and possibly embrace your relationship with Big Mar, maybe that grows.
Let Big Mar embrace you.
Other than that, check out FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com. Yes?
Yes.
Hey, I did it right. Check out FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com. They're doing cool online stuff. They're doing corporate events. They are striving and thriving in the time of Corona. So check them out, support them. They're doing a great thing. And we might have a new player next week. Or not next week, but next session. That should be cool.
We might eventually go to weekly, maybe.
We could also maybe go weekly soon. So, yeah. So those are all the things. Thank you, JD Puppy. Those are all the things that's going on in Initiative Coffee Company's world. We'll see you very soon, 2 weeks.
Jeez, that was a fast span.
What? Oh, yeah.
Dog, yeah.
Until, from now until the next time, roll together.